Marvel has finally done it. They broke the glass and they announced a crossover with Star Wars. Marvel X Star Wars for the first time in history. We're getting it, and we're going to talk all about it, our feelings, our thoughts. Some of us might be angry, some of us may be excited.
Angry.
Hey, listen, the thoughts I have seen online have run the gamut. There are some people who are upset about
Mm.
this. So we're going to get into all that here this morning, this evening, this afternoon, whenever you're listening to us. Whenever you're listening to us, it's a great time to talk about or read comics. So I hope you're enjoying doing that. To have the conversation with me, to talk about comics today with me, we've got Marco.
Ouchish! Oh, sorry, it's a trap.
Oh,
Nice. Tyler.
that was actually a decent Admiral Akbar, and that's coming from somebody who has Admiral Akbar permanently etched into my skin.
It's a trap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm Sean. Thank you guys for being here, whether you are live or in the future. The reason why we are live a little bit later than usual is because we were interviewing Stephanie Williams. We got to talk to her, and I think that conversation was incredible.
Yeah.
So don't leave us now, but definitely do make sure that you check that interview out because it was stellar. Great conversation as always with her, and we will be having her back on the show probably at some point this year.
Yep.
She has the potential to be the first creator that's been that a three-peat. That's how busy her year is.
Yep, we've never had that before, so
Yeah.
that would be really cool. Akmo says first live stream, feeling kind of nervous. No need to be nervous. We're chill. We're chill around here.
Hey,
You're
it's
in
always
good company.
We've all had our first time, and sometimes it's not the best, and you just learn
Yeah.
how things work. The motion of our ocean on the show.
Hey, yo.
Banksy Main says they were sneaking drinks without spinning the wheel during the break. Drinks. Marco?
Who would have thought? What was crazy was before we even went live, I put all caps, and Banksy was like, "They're really out here hydrating, huh?"
Yeah, Marco, you're hydrating for sure.
Definitely.
There you go. Look at that. The boy, solid.
It's 9 a.m. somewhere.
Guys. Wedding's been a little stressful.
So let's talk about it. This week on, what was that, Thursday?
Mm-hmm.
Marvel made the announcement, or not even Thursday, it was on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Marvel made the announcement that not only are we getting the first ever crossover between Star Wars and Marvel, but that Kevin Smith would be writing it with art by David Marquez, one of my favorite artists ever, and a writer named Kevin Smith. Are the chosen two to tackle what has been the longest pitched book ever, because so many people have pitched for this over the years. Marvel has been waiting for the right idea. They talked years ago about a concept that they had in the bank that could sell 1 million copies. I've long held that this was that their Star Wars book was that. People have said, that this is their break glass moment. I've been saying that this would be that for a decade.
Yep.
And others have said it too. They finally did it.
Boy, did they do it in the most lukewarm way possible. It's a random Tuesday announcement. It's not even like they could have. I don't even know what they were doing. Why wasn't this a D23 announcement?
Yeah. Yep.
Because they didn't want it to get lost in the shuffle.
Well, guess what? It still did.
I don't know that it did.
I mean, in terms of comic news, no. Their San Diego was really, really weak this year.
They could have done it at San Diego for sure. I think doing it the same week as D23, but not making it a part of D23 makes a lot of sense. Especially because it's not just Marvel, it is Star Wars, two Disney properties that are going to be crossing over. I think it makes sense.
I'm just thinking, like, the Marvel, like, this is after the entertainment showcase that it was at D23 last night on the Friday. And the way that was lined up was that Marvel announcements and then Star Wars announcements happened. Imagine this was the bridge between them because it was an entertainment showcase. Technically, this would still count.
But you just said that you felt like it got lost in the shuffle. Don't you think it would get lost in the shuffle even more if it was announced alongside a new trailer for Doomsday that we got and all these different movie things?
As a Star Wars fan, no, because they announced nothing for Star Wars yesterday. This is probably the biggest Star Wars news. Yeah, I don't know. I think the Random Tuesday is weird. I think San Diego would have been the right time, but I don't get paid to do this, so this is what marketers are for.
Yeah, I think I agree with you. It sort of fell lukewarm. Like I think there's such
Luke.
a yeah. I think there's such an expectation that you do this, you have this crossover, and it's going to do gangbusters. It's going to create fanfare, and I was surprised in the way that I felt about it. I was like, oh, yes, I feel like we all know it's a break glass moment, or we have felt that way. But I would have thought, even amidst that, I'd feel something more. And I think the exciting part was back in whenever they did it originally, 2015, 2016, when the first Star Wars books were announced, when the Darth Vader stuff was out there, when the Afro, when the like all of that was being built out. That was a momentous occasion because it's the first time they're going over to Marvel. But now we're so far removed from that excitement. We're in the tertiary books. We're in the we're in the post sort of movies, kind of not driving the same sort of force. Like I don't know I personally don't know a generational Star Wars fan that is as excited about the franchise anymore. And so, yeah, this was underwhelming. This was underwhelming.
The whole concept of break glass in case of emergency. It feels like the real emergency is Star Wars. Like I was in Chris Covers Comics, live stream yesterday. Even Chris talked about how before he was a comic book, commentator, Star Wars was his thing. And I'm also a huge Star Wars fan. This is the least excited I've been about Star Wars. Even between from the IP, even between the prequels and before Disney bought it, I was more of a fan. Right now, like the only thing engaging me is Andor, which is done. It has been done for like a year and a half at this point. Mandalorian Grogu was not that great. And like the only Star Wars thing I'm excited for is a goddamn pod racing game. Like, and even that, like, I might watch videos of instead of actually buy, So like, it's kind of in the shitter of the Star Wars fandom. And like, even at D23's panel, there wasn't anything new announced for Star Wars. Just stuff we've previously were aware of. So I feel like, yeah, we talk about how Marvel Comics is not in the greatest of places right now, especially with fan perception. Star Wars is even in a worse spot, honestly. So this felt like a double emergency, and they just needed to pull that ripcord at this moment in time.
I think that I feel like this era that we're in right now is very, very different than the era where Star Wars was first acquired.
Yep.
By Disney and when they first started putting out Star Wars comics. In the sense that at that time, had they done this, it would have been the backlash would have been insane because there weren't as many crossovers at that time. Marvel and DC both were not in crossover mode. But just in the last few years alone, think about all the Alien crossovers that we've gotten, all the Godzilla crossovers that we've gotten. Marvel and DC have crossed over, DC and Sonic. So there's so many crossovers now. We're in crossover mania that this honestly doesn't feel like that big of a deal in the sense that it's not any crazier than any of the other things that have happened, with the exception of the fact that it hasn't happened before.
So
Sure.
in your eyes, that's a benefit in the sense that there's not as much backlash about it.
Yeah, I think that because of all the crossovering that has happened, the backlash that would have been there, could have been there, um, it's not there in the same way. I've seen some people who are angry about it, but for the most part, what I've seen is people being like, okay,
See, and I think
Yeah.
that works towards its detriment more than anything. Like, sure, there won't be as much backlash because the fans are kind of inoculated for comic book crossovers, but they're also numb to it, which I think is how we feel. It's just, at least how you're describing it, Sean, kind of sounds like way. Where like this isn't breaking any kind of barrier. This is not big. This is not big news in the sense that like, oh, okay, yeah, we do this all the time now. And I think that's why my excitement for it is just not there.
they're doing it when they need it. They didn't need it in 2015. If they did it in 2015, it would have sucked the air out of the room of what they were trying to do with Star Wars comics at that time, which was establish them. They didn't need a crossover like this with
Yeah.
Marvel.
Yeah.
But
and go ahead.
I don't think it's $1 million comic now. A million sold comic at this point.
Here's a secret: it never was.
Mm.
Sure. Man, CB's not even here to he's alive. He's still alive.
No,
But he's not here to like do his carny work for it. His gushing because
he is. He's still he's talked about it. He's I believe he's quoted in this article. Let me see.
I thought it was all Stephen Wacker.
Let me look through the article. By the way, this was broken by Entertainment Weekly.
Yeah.
They're the ones who pushed out an announcement. Yeah, CB said his time at Marvel has been filled with many dream come true moments, but this Hope Assembles crossover is truly one of our proudest. It's an idea we've wanted to explore since getting the Star Wars license back over a decade ago, but we knew we'd have to wait with the patience of a Jedi to make it happen. The 50th anniversary of A New Hope finally gives us a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to bring these two universes together in this incredible story being told by Kevin Smith and David Marquez. Getting the call with the green light from Lucasfilm was a magical moment. It was as if Han Solo himself had called to tell me, "You're all clear, kid."
So
yeah.
looking at the promotional material, I think as well, like the announcement is sort of one thing, but we do have things here visually to help get us excited.
Do we?
Well, this is David Marquez?
Yeah.
I feel like I've seen better David Marquez.
Oh, I think it's colored. It's colored differently. David Marquez, I think, has more traditional, non-traditional coloring in the sense that like his blues are not like the most primary blues. They're much more like grounded. I feel in terms of the way it's colored. This is colored like it's Bluesky X Avengers comic. You know what I mean? So like, I
I'm
think
even looking like at some of the form of this stuff. Like you get Ben in the background, some of the aliens, some of the ships. This it feels drafty. It doesn't feel like polished. Like I've seen his art aside from the coloring or for promotional material in general.
not Civil War 2.
Sure.
I thought this was John Cassaday at first, and I was really looking to see if they would credit. They never, as far as I know, they never credited David Marquez with this. I was
This is
looking
him.
everywhere. I know it is, but
Yeah.
I'm saying that they never credited him. And as I was looking at it, I'm like, wow, this is not David Marquez
It does
because
not.
it didn't look like the Marquez that I'm familiar with.
Yeah.
So that was I'm with you. That was a little bit concerning. But it's called Hope Assembles,
Yep.
and it's going to be a marriage between the original Star Wars movie, New Hope. That story is essentially going to play out on Earth. Those characters are going to arrive on our Earth, in our space, in our universe. And so that's why the characters that are in this are only the ones who were in the first movie. They look like they're versions from the first movie. Some kind of a spell, some kind of magic is going to bridge the gap between these two universes. Based on the costumes, though,
Yeah.
doesn't look as though Marvel is held in any particular era. It looks like
Mhm.
just general Marvel.
It feels like the Marvel you would see on kids' party plates.
Yeah,
Sure.
yeah.
You know, I mean, not like the Luis Garcia Lopez of DC, but like the Marvel version, if that makes sense.
Yep.
It almost even feels Bendis all new era costumes. Like I'm looking at Star-Lord, I'm looking at the fact that the Guardians of the Galaxy are even here. The Guardians of the Galaxy have not been relevant to Marvel Comics for the past 5 years. Is interesting to me. There's a part of me that wonders if, like, especially with Kevin Smith as the writer, was this in the bank somewhere in the vault waiting to be for the right time to break glass? Like, was this a literally like there was a finished issue somewhere that they could have broken the glass to pull out of? Because it feels like this could have been made 5 years ago, 6 years ago.
I doubt it. This is not the kind of thing you sit on if you have it. And the way CB was talking, it sounds as though they were really wanting this to come through, and it finally did. I also think it's not a surprise that Kevin Smith has been writing Marvel again. And he did the Bizarro Year one as well, but he's been living in that Marvel space. And I even said at the time, like, this is weird that he's coming back in this way. Why isn't he doing something bigger than what they have him on? Here's the big gun.
That he's not a draw for me on this either. So that it almost hurts this, to be honest.
It does for me as a comic reader. It definitely hurts the book for me. Like I understand, like Kevin Smith, Star Wars, Geek is. You know what I mean? Like what was that old Blizzard thing showing Geek is that Blizzard did for a while? But this is like the geek guy, Kevin Smith. He's like, you know, their secondary was Patton Oswalt, probably. You know what I mean? Like
nerddom in the larger culture.
Yes. So like for it to be an Entertainment Weekly article, Kevin Smith makes sense. He is a name people recognize. I can't stand Kevin Smith. I've been vocal about that on this show. I don't even like his films either. Like Catch Me Outside, Kevin Smith. No, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't go that far. But this is detrimental to my hype for this book. Like I think about Star Wars comics. You know, I was talking to Chris about this yesterday, where like I want someone who's in that space. You know, he mentioned Charles Soule. I think Kieran Gillen would have been perfect for this.
Yeah.
Yes.
Kieran Gillen wrote the intro to Darth Vader, wrote the first crossover of Marvel Comics Star Wars with Vader Down, introduced like Aphra and all those characters. Has a real love for this. And I think Gillen also, in terms of the creators that have worked on Star Wars books for Marvel and who have also worked on Marvel books, is probably the most consistent out of all. Jason Aaron's probably another one. He's a little busy right now on the DC side of things. So like it just seems like they went with the marketable option rather than the creator forward option. And in a world where like the creator is what I focus on, this makes me less and less interested. Like and the fact and the whole premise of it being on Earth during A New Hope, like what does that mean? Is New York Tatooine? Is the bar with no name the cantina? You know,
to stop off, restock supplies. That's sort of where my head was going along the way to save Princess Leia.
And where is she? Liberia? Is that what the Death Star is? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It is not I'm not interested in. Okay, I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna get that first issue. I'm a sucker for it, but I'm not excited.
I'm gonna get the blind bag. I'm gonna get 3 variants. I'm gonna get what else?
Is there a blind bag? No, there wasn't one announced for this yet.
They didn't say that. Yeah.
But I'm just throwing some assumptions out there that we're gonna get 50 variants, one for each year that Star Wars been around.
I don't doubt that at all.
And then different kinds of who's still around, a Harrison Ford sketch cover. Like we're throwing everything in there.
There's going to be
they're
just
going to have to use numbers to denote the different variants now because they ran out of letters.
There's going to be one variant that's just Stephen Wacker's face with dollar signs in his eyes.
They should do that. It should be CB.
Drawn by Chip. Actually, hold on.
So this is also going to be 5 issues. It's not going to be a terribly long thing, which I also think is a good idea. I love David Marquez being a part of this because I just think he's brilliant as an artist. The Kevin Smith piece rubs me the wrong way for the same reason that Tyler illuminated, which is just that he's not a core writer at Marvel. And I know that they've been giving him work recently, and he's been, I assume for their purposes, he's knocking it out of the park. In their mind, he's knocking it out of the park. Do I agree with that? No. But that's their perspective, and fine. But you got a guy, and maybe he didn't want to do it. Maybe they asked, maybe he wasn't available. I don't know. But you got a guy like Kieran Gillen. You got a guy like Jonathan Hickman. You have Al Ewing. Like, the name of the writer is not gonna matter as much to people who don't already read comics, which makes the Kevin Smith piece work for them, maybe, because he's a draw. His name is a recognizable one.
Yeah.
But if you were gonna say put like Al Ewing on or Jonathan Hickman, or that name isn't gonna ring out for non-comics readers, Star Wars and Marvel ring out. So I don't think you need that extra push of, oh, it's Kevin Smith. Who cares? It's Marvel and Star Wars.
Yeah. But there's a level of I want to enjoy the thing that I'm going to be reading, and yes, this will sell out. Plus Kevin Smith sure sell out. But damn, I want to have fun. And I think that's going to hurt.
Yeah, and I'm thinking of like what this kind of reeks of, and it kind of feels more like they're what they've been doing with the Godzilla side of things from Marvel. 5 issues, one and done stories, did well enough, they do a second one. I can see them doing the same premise with Empire. Kind of continuing the story 4 different volumes. I don't know, Empire strikes King in Black, or some dumb shit like that.
Sure.
And Kevin Smith is... Here's the thing, Kevin Smith was a comic writing darling at one point. His Daredevil. And even his Green Arrow. I think people love his Green Arrow. So it's not like the guy can't write comics. He can, allegedly. But yeah, I don't think they needed a celebrity name as well, John. I think you're right. I think for a publisher so focused on their IP and their characters, like, this is the one that sells itself.
Yeah.
Okay. Who do you want to see the crossover? I'm thinking Vader.
They're
Thor,
all the covers.
They're throwing lightning at each other.
Vader doesn't do lightning.
Oh, you're right. He can't.
Damn, look at this. Look at this Star Wars scrub. Jesus
False.
Christ. Go back to your Star Trek and your Prime Directive, nerd.
Princess Leia, Venom Mary Jane, I saw in the chat.
Ooh. It's just gonna be whatever is on the kids' party cup. Like, let's be real. Han and Star-Lord are gonna have an argument while Groot and Chewbacca talk to each other civilly. Like, that's how it's gonna work.
I was talking shit, now I'm excited.
The villains page I really like.
Why is Venom there?
Because he's bad. I really like this page. Like, I hope that all these people are involved. And the article does suggest that the villains will be teaming up with the villains, and the heroes will be teaming up with the heroes. So you can definitely expect these crossovers to take place and these characters to interact. And Vader and Doom side by side, plotting against the heroes. I'm into that.
I like how you have Darth Vader, Doctor Doom, Thanos, Ultron, Grand Moff Tarkin. This book will redeem itself if they draw Grand Moff Tarkin wearing his slippers that the actor actually wore during the filming, because he didn't want to have to wear the boots, so they never show his feet.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
That's what he fought for, was to wear slippers during the filming.
Yeah, he didn't want to stand. Like, the standing was too rough, so he wore slippers the whole time.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Gavin, it's not Marvel characters in the Star Wars universe. It's the Star Wars characters in the Marvel universe.
Which is I always thought it would be the reverse.
Oh,
I always thought it
can-
would be some multiversal thing happening and our heroes get sent to a galaxy far, far away. You know, the idea of Greedo getting a bacon, egg, and cheese, you know, like, what?
Hell yeah.
It's interesting. It's interesting.
Wadawa ketchup, salt, pepper.
Okay, there you redeemed yourself. There we go. Yeah. Just it has Bib Fortuna behind the griddle being like, oh, the Walla Wanga.
No, they're not off planet. They're coming to Earth. They're coming to Earth, and they're gonna do the events of A New Hope, that era of stories, just on Earth with the freaking humans and the Marvel universe. I'm not bothered by like there was a time in my life where had they announced this, I would have been like, yeah, fuck this. But I'm far beyond that now. The only thing about this that I don't like is the Kevin Smith element. And that'll probably work itself out. Like he'll probably bring his A game. I don't even know what his A game is. I've never seen a Kevin Smith movie. I don't care.
Ooh.
Yeah, I haven't, and I probably won't because even the clips don't speak to me. Actually, I saw Clerks. That's a lie. I did see Clerks 1. I was forced, and I didn't care about it.
That's because you're not from New
care.
Jersey.
I'm not from New Jersey. I wasn't a pothead. I didn't give a fuck.
Here's the thing, too. I think Kevin Smith has been detrimental to the idea of nerds.
As him being king of nerd?
A little bit of that, and also like the Comic Book Men show that was on AMC.
Oh, yeah.
Right at the height of Walking Dead.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, we're a bunch of fucking incels.
See, Sean, to that, I would have been more excited had this happened at the peak of Marvel acquiring Star Wars. I feel like I was
Same.
An outlier in that, and that because I was following every single title, all of the minis, all of the sub series, like everything that they were putting out, I was picking up. And so had this happened then, I think I would have been so much more receptive to it because my excitement level for the IP, for the brand in comics specifically, would have been as high as it ever was and ever could be.
I'm thinking about it as like a peaks and valleys. I was at a higher peak there. So if you're gonna pop me, I'm getting even higher. I'm at a valley right now, so I'm not even sure I'm peaking at this point. I might be hitting baseline with this announcement. So personally, I think I would have preferred they just rip the Band-Aid off immediately. Like, hey, we have the rights to this. Let's do it. Shit, there's a part of me. No. I was gonna say integrated into the Marvel universe. Don't do that.
Oh my god.
Don't do that.
No.
This year's Chancellor Palpatine can kiss President Norman Osborn. Ooh.
Somehow Norman Osborn returned.
Couple quick shout outs. Amin Perez joined us at the sidekick tier on the channel. Thank you so much, Amin. Atomic Hound with the $9.99 says, I'm sorry, I'm not buying the 50th anniversary coincidence. I am buying the absolute ass kicking DC has been administering, which is the real problem Marvel is having. Spin the wheel and pals forever. Is this a response to what is happening in the comics right now where DC is kicking Marvel's butt?
I should hope not, because that's desperate. That's desperate. That's lacking foresight. That is not having a plan. We just had Stephanie on, Stephanie Williams, and she just mentioned how there is thought process and longevity there. And if this is a response that is short-sighted and the opposite of what is a strength for a company.
Yeah, I'm with you, because if it is as a response, then that just solidifies the fact that this was the red class in case of emergency.
And even though that's what's in the title, I don't think that's what happened here. I think that this was a situation where Marvel has wanted to do this book for years. And I think realistically, if they had the pitch that both Marvel and Lucasfilm were happy with, they would have done it in 2016. But I don't think they've ever had the pitch they wanted. I don't think that they've ever had the exact right situation. I also think the market is different. Like, I understand what you guys are saying about being more interested in it back then, but I definitely don't think it would have received core comics fan support back then, because people were like, you know, I don't know if you guys remember, but in 2015, one of the first things people said was, "Oh, it's fucked. Marvel and Disney are gonna cross over the Star Wars and Marvel, and it's gonna be fucked. It's gonna be
Yeah.
terrible. Don't want it. The Disneyfication of Marvel, blah, 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 blah." This was like viewed as an awful thing for them to do.
And then the comics came out, and boy, did I shut up.
Well, I think, I mean, in any, like, you're going to get that argument anyway, even now.
Not really.
I just think that, I think the emergency glass was broken for Lucasfilm. They have since then really, they've gone through new management. They have done different things with Star Wars. I'm thinking of like Visions. I'm thinking of like, like letting Studio Ghibli make a Grogu short. Like they've allowed more people to play in that sandbox. And they are at a low. So I think this is their glass being broken in the sense that like, hey, that pitch you guys had for a while that we weren't too sure about, fuck it. We're going to be less precious with what we say yes or no to. Does that make sense?
I can see that. I could see that, but I wonder if this isn't just a continuation of what has been happening. Because someone mentioned in the chat right now, but yeah, Dave Filoni is the new Lucasfilm president. That was the beginning of this year. But even before that, they've been putting out these side stories under Kathleen Kennedy. They've been putting out all these side stories, all of these other properties, all this other expansion. Star Wars has been in the Marvel presence overall. So I don't know. This feels like something that they would have had cooking, not in the works, but this is always a possibility. At what point do we maybe bring this out for a larger integrated 50th anniversary across all of our properties? Even on the webtoon front, I feel like recently there were more shorts, more stories being put out specific to some Star Wars things, right?
Yeah.
So like I think this is part of a larger integrated media strategy. And this one for me as a comic fan and of these books from 2015 in particular, feels flat.
Well, here's what Heidi McDonald over at The Beat had to say about this coming out and whether it's desperate and how long it's been in the works. When Marvel and DC announced their latest crossover last year, I noted this was often a sign of desperate times for comics publishers. And indeed, that was before the Absolute Phenomenon had unleashed a wave of new readers. Back when that crossover was hatched, periodical sales were flagging, so playing the ultimate card must have looked like a great idea. And it benefited greatly from the surge of new readers. Marvel Star Wars is not a desperate move, but it's also silly in an endearing way. Some people wondered if this was part of the all new, all different whacker Marvel, but obviously it was in the works for a while. In fact, Rob Liefeld had been talking about it on his podcast for 2 years, and I'm told that other writers were in the running before Smith was chosen. So that debunks that debunks those theories right there.
Makes
Because
sense.
if Heidi McDonald knows that it's been in the works for years, and if there were other people that were thought of before Kevin Smith, then it's not a break glass moment for either company. They want this to happen. It makes sense to coincide with the 50th anniversary. And it sounds like, from everything I've ever heard about working with Lucasfilm, even in the initial days of their Star Wars relationship, the relationship between Marvel and Lucasfilm, it was difficult to get them to sign off on things. So it doesn't surprise me that it took them this long to make this happen, because this is a monumental crossover. It's more monumental than most other crossovers.
Yeah, that's why I can imagine definitely Marvel trying to get this done for years, probably since the 2016 when they first got the rights. You know what I mean? Like, that's why I think change at Lucasfilm is what led to this finally happening.
I don't even think so. I think this is the stuff that if you're a CEO, you're looking, 5 years ahead, right? So this was probably Kathleen and whoever else picked up to sort of get this across the line for them to start thinking about, okay, the 50th anniversary is coming up. I would hope they don't start, thinking about the 50th anniversary a year out. It should have more lead time.
Right. And if Heidi's talking in the realm of years,
2 years,
then
she
that
said.
sorry?
She said like 2 years or something.
She said that Rob Liefeld had been talking about it for 2 years, and that she was told that other writers were in the running before Smith was chosen. So you're talking about if Rob is to be believed, which you're talking about at least him knowing about it for a couple of years' time. She doesn't dispute that, so it sounds
Yeah.
like she probably co-signs that.
Sure. Mike Smith in the chat says, "Wish this was more than 5 issues. FF versus Planet of the Apes versus the Apes was a decent time, but fell short, and this was just the FF. I don't think you should go anymore, man. I think for this kind of a crossover, let it just be a nice little part of what you're doing for the integrated strategy, and leave it alone."
Yeah, and plus this is specifically telling a New Hope storyline. Like there is a clear beginning, middle, and end. It's not an ongoing story.
Yeah.
Right.
So 5 issues makes sense. Even like the covers they showed that Pat Zay says look like Fortnite lobbies. Not wrong. Here are the main characters. Here's a Leia cover. Here's a Darth Vader cover. Here's a Luke cover. Here's a Han cover. Here's an Obi-Wan cover. Like those are your characters. 5 issues kind of makes sense.
And it starts in January. 5 issues leaves you in May. That's the anniversary. That's 50 years. May, whatever it is.
Is May the
1977.
official?
Yeah.
What's May?
First release was Star Wars New Hope. May 25th, 1977.
25th,
Sorry,
okay.
Tyler. I thought you were a fan.
Yeah, so this will run from January to May to coincide with that. With that 50th anniversary. I think
May
that's
the
cool.
4th. May the 4th, Tyler.
It is. It's a separate date. It is interesting though, because like it is the 50th next year, and Lucasfilm doesn't really seem to have much planned for, well, at least announced so far, for Star Wars. Like I know the Starfighter comes out next year, or no, that's the 20. Oh, yeah, next year is 2027. Okay, so that seems to be where they're putting all their eggs in that basket. The Sean Levy, Ryan Gosling, Star Wars movie, and Ahsoka season 2. But like outside of that, that's all we know about for Star Wars.
I heard that they're re-releasing the first one next year as well.
They are. Yeah, they
There's
are.
there's a rumor on that. There's a rumor that it's going to be going to the Sphere as well.
Oh, wait, I thought that was confirmed that they're doing the movie releases, no?
I heard it. I haven't, like, I didn't personally look and check to see if it was legit, so that's why I said it that way.
Yeah. So returns to theaters nationwide for a limited time on February 19th, 2027.
Okay.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah. I feel like that's a nice amount of things to do.
And I'm going to that.
Well, you know the Sphere in Vegas?
No.
Yeah.
They are making one on the East Coast, and I think it's supposed to be done the next year. So if they can get it done by like fall of next year, like a year from now, and A New Hope screens on that and some weird ass funky thing where they're on both coasts, you have this big event you can go to watching A New Hope in the Sphere where it's full immersion. That could be a big thing, even though I think it's gimmicky as fuck. But
yeah.
Oh, in DC they're doing it.
Yeah, around the DC area. Yeah, so drivable. Like if that opens up and they do Star Wars there, I might give that a shot.
It looks like it's behind.
Behind schedule?
Yeah.
Okay.
Frank with a 10 spot says, is Kevin Smith really a draw in 2026? Maybe 20 years ago, but I think a bigger current writer would get more hype. What writers would you prefer on this? I mean, look, dude, if this is meant to appeal to people beyond our sphere, right? If that's the goal, and this is tying into the 50th anniversary of Star Wars, then it makes sense to me to get a person who would be familiar to people who give a damn about the 50th anniversary of Star Wars. So I don't question it from that perspective. I question it from the perspective of, is this going to feel good to read?
Yeah.
Is Kevin Smith a good comics writer? That's how I question it. Not whether or not he's relevant. He's relevant enough to the people that they're targeting with this. They're not targeting new readers.
Yeah. I also question, like, what has Kevin Smith done recently?
He always has like movies or something coming
He's
out.
got
No,
the Fat Man on Batman podcast, you know. Like, I don't even remember the last movie he came out with. Like, he's just such of like a cookie cutter. This is what a nerd is, and nerds like him.
yeah,
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I think Gavin Guidry's right. Like people do give a shit about Kevin Smith outside of comics. We're not as into him for our own reasons, and in
Shorts.
comics his name doesn't ring out. But like, we can't sit here and act like Kevin Smith is a nobody.
Yeah, Gavin's saying he's more popular with casuals. I agree, 100%. I think he is the idea of what a nerd is to casual, and it's not, what's the word I'm looking for here? It's like kind of a gimme.
yeah.
Like from Marvel's perspective, for their purposes, they're lucky to have Kevin. This is
Sure.
a big deal, a big draw for them. So again, it makes all the sense in the world why they would do it. I just don't want that. But what are
Yeah.
you gonna do?
Yeah.
Pat says his fam loved his movies 20 years ago. Yeah, bro, that's cool, but people love him right now. And you can only deny that for so long. Like it is what it is. People like Kevin Smith.
I guess if we're putting on our like business on their side, like Lucasfilm hat, right? What is a better draw for a larger audience? I think a well-established comic book writer is relegated to the space of comics, whereas Kevin Smith has the crossover and appeal in comics, whether you like him or not, the familiarity in comics, but also spills out of that larger nerddom. Tyler made the joke earlier, Patton Oswalt. Patton Oswalt's another person that is in the nerddom sphere that exists in the comic space, but also outside of that. So like if I'm the corporation and I'm putting that together, that makes sense to me because that's going to bring the biggest circles, crossover of circles.
Yeah. Like why not increase the value in the minds of people who don't necessarily read comics, or even people who do read comics? There are people who read comics who will see the name Kevin Smith and go, "Oh shit." Like that's why his name is on. That's why there's a Jay and Silent Bob Marvel crossover.
Yeah.
Who the fuck asked for that?
Kevin Smith did so that he would write this.
Like, I don't know.
Man, I'm looking
yeah.
I'm looking at Kevin Smith's like director recent stuff, and yikes. His most recent movie was 2025, or a movie called Moose Jaws.
I think my
We're
brother
at-
saw that.
We're at like a Sci-Fi Channel original movie level stuff at this point.
Common sense with the 4.99 should have done Star Wars X War of Kings. I can literally see Vulcan, Darth Vader, and Hero Kala have a free-for-all fight. Nova teams up with Luke Skywalker. Common sense, you are always thinking.
And sometimes it's the common sense answer. Like, so common sense. I agree with you. I think tying in the cosmic side of Marvel with Star Wars is the organic way of doing this. But I also think Kevin Smith shouldn't be on the book. Kevin Smith being on the book is the reason why these are the team ups that are happening. These are the most universally acceptable and recognizable characters and creators on the book. And I think Marquez is actually a good choice too, because one of the issues you have with Star Wars comics is that you get artists that are too photo referencey or not enough. It is a little hard doing these Star Wars comics, especially when you're doing the ones based on characters from the films, because you need to have them recognizable without being, no offense, Greg Land. So Marquez is a really good artist to kind of thread that line. Where they recognizable to anyone, to average, Joe Schmo out there, but also have a little style to it that a comic fan might like.
Yeah, I think of the artists that Marvel has in its roster, Marquez was the perfect choice.
Yeah.
and some people might say Pepe Larraz, but I don't think his style really perfectly meshes with not that he couldn't do it. Of course he could do it, but I don't think his style meshes with what they probably want these characters to look like in the comics.
Photo as photorealistic as they can. That was one of the advantages of what's his name?
John
LaRocca?
Cassidy. Yeah.
LaRocca.
Both of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's why they were chosen. I'm positive that's why they were chosen.
Yeah, and honestly, if Cassidy were still around, he might have been on this book.
100%. 100%.
There would have been no other better choice.
Yeah.
I would have been pumped. The guy's coming back. That's hype.
I would have been happy to see him draw X-Men again. Like, it's funny, like even the X-Men cover, the one with Wolverine on it, like that feels like Cassidy Wolverine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's definitely within the same school of art. Strangely, out of all the things on these covers, the thing that popped me the most was seeing the Guardian spaceship. I don't know what it's called in the comics. And then you seeing the Blackbird and the Millennium Falcon together, like the ship porn of it all popped me out of anything. I'm like, ooh, see those ships flying together. But
yeah, I honestly, I think all of this is pretty cool, and like based on the chat, it's not popular to say that, but I really don't care. I think this is fun, and we've had a ton of other crossovers already. Marvel and DC crossed over fucking 4 times in the last couple of years.
X-Men and Star Trek crossed over in the 90s,
Yeah. It's I don't understand people's knee-jerk negative reaction to this. It doesn't make sense to me. Like I get the idea that it's not for you, but to say that like, oh, this is a cash grab, and well, welcome to fucking business, dude. What?
I mean, it is you could say it's a cash grab. Like I don't think that's a pejorative as much anymore. You know what I mean?
But why say it? Like, welcome to business. Duh, it's a cash grab. They're trying to make money.
Buying Star Wars was a cash grab.
Yeah.
The next Star Wars movie coming out is a cash grab.
Everything is a cash grab that a business does because businesses exist to make money.
Although putting Deadpool on the cover, that's a cash grab. I'm sorry.
Well, yes, common sense. Too cynical. I completely agree. And it's bugged out for me that is the perspective, that cynicism is the perspective in an industry that is based around people that can fly and, fucking web around.
Which Marvel characters wielding a lightsaber?
Cap.
Yes, Cap.
Gonna be dual wielding?
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah. Wait a second. That's fucking cool.
I want to see him with the lightsaber and the shield.
Yeah.
What color does he get?
Not green, not purple, not red. He gets blue.
I think it's blue.
Yeah,
I think it's blue. Yeah. Okay. So what? Okay. Does a lightsaber cut through Wolverine's claws?
Yes.
I feel like we're doing like mini predictions now.
He tries to block.
I don't think it breaks through, and I think it freaks people out.
Like, whoa, this guy.
Because I feel like Vader Wolverine fight is something people want. That's that's early YouTube. You know what I mean, Sean?
Oh my God, yes. That's Death Battle. That's
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Let me get up a poll because I want to see, the commentators in the chat are negative, but I want to see if the lurkers feel the same way. So here's the poll. Are you excited? No, nah. Yeah. Are you excited for this? Are you excited for Marvel X Star Wars? Very simple. Yes or no?
I'd be more excited if they let me write it, but that's not going to sell anything. Also, it's kind of wild, like Yoda won't be in this, and like he's like one of the most iconic characters. Can't be in it.
Well,
doesn't show up till the next movie.
That's right.
I mean, does anyone think they stop here?
Oh, fuck no. No, we're going to get Empire in January of 2028. We're going to keep going. We're going to ride this gravy train. Till it's dead. That's the Star Wars way.
I see a trilogy.
I can
Yeah,
see that.
it's
At
original.
least.
Yeah. Although there is a world where 10 years from now we have a Deadpool Jar Jar Binks book.
That'd be the best. That'd be they're both breaking the fourth wall.
Jar Jar doesn't break the fourth wall.
Yeah, but that'll be the bit.
Clayton Bergstrom with a $6.99 CAD stopping by while I have a short break at work. Hope everyone is having a good Saturday. Also, I need to see Nick Fury with a purple lightsaber. Bro, yes,
That's
yes,
funny.
yes. And I'm glad they didn't limit themselves to a particular era of Marvel because that means we can have Black Nick. African American Nick
That's
can
true.
appear in this book and he can wield a lightsaber.
He's the one that's on the children's cups.
Yes.
Huh.
Atomic Hound with $9.99. Despite my reticence and knee-jerk reaction, we want people in shops and buying. If this helps, good. At worst, it probably won't help. I mean, let's be real. Let's be really real. This is going to sell comics.
Yeah.
Let's be really honest. This is not going to sit on shelves and fucking die a death. This is going to do well. So everybody invested in comics doing well should celebrate that we're getting this. That doesn't mean you have to fucking, get on your knees about it. It just means that you have to acknowledge the fact that this is a good thing for comics itself. If you want a successful Marvel, this helps us get to that place.
Do you think this gets new readers in?
No.
In a long-term sense, no. Do I think people will buy this comic who don't read comics? Yeah.
Like a Death of Superman situation. It's like, oh, I know these two things together.
Yeah.
Marvel's gonna drive them to the shop just so they pick up Absolute books.
Like
well,
this,
I'm here. What's popular? Oh shit. Okay.
like this might even cross over into manga stores. I went to shout out to Anime Castle in Flushing yesterday, and I saw a Smile Ashcan in the store, which I wouldn't have ever thought I'd see. But this is one of those crossovers where I can imagine they can buy the book because it fits niche enough. It fits well enough outside of the niche of manga.
Yeah. I think this has every single reason to do well. Cardiac Solace with a 10 spot. This is petty. This kind of makes me resent them for not following through with Imperial again. I was really excited for that and would have been decent timing with this.
Oh, that'd be interesting.
Superjob has a fun question. Which Star Wars character gets the Venom symbiote?
That is a fun question.
I think it's
C-3PO.
That wouldn't work.
What?
No. Just thinking robots.
No, C-3PO, R2, and Rocket are having an interaction.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
And Rocket's gonna ask for C-3PO's arm. I think it's gonna be Jabba the Hutt.
Oh.
Is it like Vader is the obvious option? I don't think they go there.
It's too
then
obvious.
in New Hope, there's not many other antagonists.
Grand Moff Tarkin.
And they're right next to each other on the cover. So I think that might be a way of power scaling the Moff.
Wait. I like that a lot. That's so dumb, but I like that a lot.
Oh my god, dude. Catfish, we have not. Well, we did one interview with a retailer, but that was many moons ago, and it was just me. Yeah, we're gonna make that happen soon. Roosevelt with a 5 spot. I'm sorry, having this and then showing Kingdom Hearts is a little sad because that Star Wars crossover is way cooler than this for me. Yeah, but that one happened, right?
No,
that didn't happen. There's no Star Wars World in Kingdom Hearts.
Nope.
Oh,
I mean that might be a sentence I don't say come tomorrow. The Kingdom Hearts panels today, and like that's like the big one that hasn't happened yet. There hasn't been a Marvel crossover in Kingdom Hearts, and hasn't been a Star Wars.
Yeah, wow.
But like,
you gotta get on that.
Roosevelt's right. That's what I would be. That would pop me. Marco, did you see a Kingdom Hearts anime coming out?
No, I'm not a. That didn't hit me.
Okay, all right.
I'm sorry.
I thought it might have popped you.
Sean, did you get the Chop Harder Alchemist member?
I didn't go for it.
Chop Harder Alchemist member for 20 months at the
Ooh.
VIP Pal tier.
Ooh,
I'm
hell
only
yeah.
in if we get a C3PO, R2D2 plus Herbie Pride tie-in.
Uh,
Let's fucking go.
Wait, you say Pride tie-in?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, he's talking robotic threesome. Okay.
This will fill the $1 bin like all the DC Marvel crossover issues. Not for me. 20 months.
Hmm.
I feel like it might be one of those books that's so printed. Like, yes, it will sell well, but there's also going to be a lot of leftover copies that'll be in dollar bins eventually.
I'm gonna have to look at dollar bins now. It was the DC Marvel crossover in them? Huh.
If I can get a copy of a DC Marvel crossover issue for $1, that sounds pretty good because them shits were about 10.
Yeah. Damn. That's a like over 500% drop in price.
Yeah, you show me the dollar bin that has those in them. I want to see that.
Not for $1.
Yeah, I guess we've really covered it for the most part. There's not a ton more to this announcement. Um, I'm in. I'll be there. You know, of course we'll be there. We're going to be reviewing it. It starts in January. It'll run through May, one issue a month. I like to think, I hope that because they're making this announcement now, that means that David Marquez has the runway to have time to do this and not experience any delays. Delays would be really bad for this.
Embarrassing.
And
Yeah.
Sean, correct me if I'm wrong. Marquez is one of those guys who are like, he kind of is delay.
He can take his time. And
Yeah.
to be fair to him, he did every issue of Civil War 2. So hopefully we can get that same thing here, but you cannot miss that May date for the final issue.
Yes.
You can't miss that.
You can't miss it, and honestly, I don't think you can fill in. I know Marvel's
No.
perfectly fine with their events having fill-in artists. This needs to be the consistent team across the board.
Yeah. Yeah. It has to be. And CW Gordon says Smith and delays go hand in hand. Can't happen this time.
That's true. Kevin Smith is notorious for his Daredevil book still isn't finished.
Right.
You had a Daredevil book?
That's where that's where like he kind of made his mark. I'm like, oh, he could write comics.
Oh, from like back in the day? That
Marvel
never finished.
Knights. Well, his Daredevil run finished, but there was also this other Daredevil book. What was it? Target? It was like a bullseye story that never finished.
Bizarro Year 1 was super delayed.
Yeah, he's got issues with being on time.
Oh, Year None, rather.
Chris Covers Comics says Bizarro's coming out tri-monthly, which in this context he means every third month.
Well, Bizarro is coming out on time.
You know what? I just looked up the original solicit. It published on DC.com blog. Year None #1 goes on sale April 1st and publishes monthly through July. I think I just saw issue 2 like last week or the week prior on the stands.
And what's crazy about that is I saw Nick Pitara artwork interiors for that book like maybe a month before it came out. He was showing them off on stream, so I'm a little surprised by that, and I wonder who's responsible because it could be Pitara, but it could also be Kevin Smith. We don't know.
I mean, the constant there is Smith.
Yeah.
Next release for issue 3 is September 30th.
Jesus.
And then no 4 solicited.
Yeah. Issue 2 is June 24th.
Yikes.
Are you excited for Marvel X Star Wars? No. 75% of you.
Ooh. All right. What's the DC quotient here? We got this skewed results.
At least 50%.
Mark W says Smith's co-writer Eric Carrasco said the scripts for Bizarro were done months ago.
Oh.
So there you go. See, that's why we can never assume. And even with that, I don't know what the facts are.
Yeah.
Frank says, I think the cynicism comes from fans wanting to get reinvested in Marvel Comics like Absolute or All In with DC, and this just isn't that. True. But I think that we have to understand, too, that things don't happen instantaneously. Like Steve Wacker coming on board isn't immediately going to change Marvel, and this is something that would happen during anybody's era, in the sense that any editor in chief would want this under their belt. The changes that everyone is waiting to see happen for Marvel, you're not going to see until
Yeah.
at the very, very earliest you'll get a hint of it at San Diego. New York is too soon.
Unless they
Especially
do
with
like
the
a
move.
unless they do like a premature announcement. You know what I mean?
But to get into his regime, like
Yeah.
they can make comics announcements, but to get into his regime and for us to start seeing those books and start seeing what he's going to do, it's not happening immediately.
Yeah, getting our hands on them, I agree. Yeah. Gavin Guidry in the chat says, "You know what comics don't get delayed? The ones with my name on them." Man, talking his shit in the chat.
Go.
Okay.
Deserved, bro.
Okay, who are you throwing shade at right there, Gavin?
I think
Who are you calling out?
He's just tooting his own horn at that point.
Uh-huh. Okay, let us say thank you right now to some very important people. I want to take this opportunity to thank the people who make this possible every single week, the sponsors of this show, you, the listener. Some of you are Palsverse legends. Your names are hung up in the annals of the Palsverse Museum. Where is that? Well, we'll have to build it.
Hasn't opened yet.
Yeah.
In Ridgewood, Queens.
I don't go to Queens, so I can't be in Queens.
Well, gonna have to get there for the wedding.
I will be there for the wedding. I will break my rule.
In a suit.
No, I will not be in a suit. We already talked about this, right, Marco?
All right.
We really you gotta tell me, bro, because I don't do suits. So you gotta tell me, like
no slacks, maybe like a little jacket.
I've never worn a suit jacket in my entire life.
Always the first time for anything.
I could wear a button-up shirt.
You got a tie?
I've never worn a tie.
You've never worn a tie?
When I was a child.
You've never worn like a non-clip-on?
No.
That's
Low bow tie.
Bow tie.
Looking like
Who do you think I am? That fucking manservant who Diddy had on retainer in all his fucking music videos with the umbrella? You think that's me? When you look at me, do you see that man?
Diddy Scarecrow?
That dude who used to stand around back there and dance? That ain't me, bro.
It's gonna be like
a bow tie. I go with the suspenders.
Okay, Tucker Carlson, what are we doing here? What's going on here?
Oh no!
Jeez, call him Fucker Carlson. Why don't you?
Sean should be a bow tie guy. That's not happening.
Dude, the bow ties are cool, man. I like bow ties.
Yeah.
It's got like a bit of a second chin, so it's a little hard to see the bow tie when my fucking fat's rolled over it.
How many comics bucks do we need to get Sean in a crisp suit jacket?
You could rock the jacket, Sean. I think you're underestimating yourself here.
Yeah, there's a lot of power in it. Feels good.
It's really just about the fact that I don't like suits and I don't want to be uncomfortable in my clothes. And I've heard
they can be comfortable. No, that's a lie. That's a lie. A suit is actually very comfortable.
That's what I'm
especially if you get it tailored to you. Yeah.
Oh, that feels good.
Yeah. Although last time I got tailored for a suit, the guy told me I had no ass. And I was like, all right, fuck you, dude.
I said, I'm talking about the suit. He said, yeah, your butt cheeks, bro. I don't know.
Ass though.
Yeah.
You have negative ass. It's hard it's hard for me to put you right in a suit when you have negative ass.
And then he said, your tailor will be right with you.
Oh shit. Ooh, a members only jacket. I've always wanted to wear a members only jacket.
That'd be nice.
It's not really wedding attire.
Oyabun Comics says, Sean, you ain't never had that shit on for real? Dude, let me tell you something about me. I have never, ever, ever had that shit on in my life, dude. No one has ever said to me, wow, you really got that shit on. Never.
I don't think I've ever seen you in anything collared.
You've never seen me in anything collared. You've never seen me in anything nice. Just how I am.
I think the Comics Pals merch is quite nice.
That's fair.
I have to get a suit. Might have to get a suit jacket.
Yeah, he's gonna be looking like Mr. Knight.
Oh.
No, you don't wear
That
wear
looks
white.
good.
Can't wear white. Can't wear white.
That's good. Oh yeah, don't wear white. That's for the bride.
I would never even dream. I would never dream of it.
Well, I think you dream of white often, actually. So,
hey, I don't have those kinds of dreams. All right.
got it. Okay.
All right. I'm supposed to be shouting out the patrons. So,
Listeners.
Hound of Justice, Atomic Hound, Starcross, Catherine Stars, The Spear of Judgment, Jay's Jumble, Safe Haven, Hayden's Hideout, Jesse and the Juggernaut, Kyle the Zenith Flare, Panda v Panda, Ted Wong, Adam, Solus Smith, Entertain Me, Peter Living Lightning Electric, Shalom, Paladin Warburg, Jamzilla the Party Animal, Cosm the Andric, Chris the Cure Coleman, Brian Powers Acosta. And thank you to Pals vs. Members, Brian Demolished Del Pozo, Kefis the Incorruptible, Momentum Mike Elliott, Dan the Truth Trudeau, Marley Manastorm, Christian Uncaged, The Spear of Justice, Izzy's Issues, Robert Runback Cashaback, James Just Jamming Jones, Paul Powerhouse Smith, Neon Knight, The Cosmic Avenger, BJ Kicks, Some Comics Are Dope, The Grand Alchemist, Chop Harder Alchemist, and John Barrier B. If you didn't hear your name and you're supposed to, you will a little bit later on in the show.
Nice.
Trade Bounce just joined us on the channel membership at the Comics Pal Sidekick tier. Thank you so much for that. Appreciate that.
While we're talking about listeners, I wanted to get this one from earlier. Ash Knightable, the 4.99. Good morning, pals. Because I like Static so much after your book club, my girlfriend gifted me the first 5 compendiums for my birthday. Thank you. Thank you. Enjoy those comics.
Hell yeah. Oyaboon, I have never worn Nike slides or any other kind of slides in my life, and I probably will never. So I would not get married to Jean Grey in a shirt or basketball shorts or Nike slides. I wouldn't even get married to Jean Grey. How about that? I'll probably never get married. How about that?
Dang. Love is love.
I'm not going to put people through having to go to my wedding. Fuck my wedding. Not your wedding, Marco. Fuck my wedding.
I'm like glad. I gladly will. I'll be the center of attention. I
Good.
like the.
Hell yeah. Well, wait. Your wife will be the center of attention.
Right.
Sorry. This ain't your show, bro.
My bad, baby. My bad.
Oh, goodness gracious. It's good to be alive on a Saturday afternoon, whether I have a suit on or not. Let's talk about our top 5 Batman villains, shall we? We're doing one a week because August has 5 of these Saturdays. And so, what is your number 3? Who is your number 3 Batman villain?
My number 3 is Killer Croc.
What?
I feel like I like him for his design for the monster crossover with Animal. That feels very classic comics, classic crime comics with a bit of that supernatural flair that I think, again, that's the cross section that I always see Batman in, crime, supernatural, and the crossover therein. And so he fits that perfectly. I don't feel like there's ever a definitive run for Croc. I don't think he always gets the biggest sympathy, but I like that he makes his appearances. He is a villain that you sort of pull in as a super powered grunt who can be a threat, but he never exceeds beyond that. But I think that fits his character perfectly, and that's why I like him, because he is able to put that danger. But we know at the end of the day, Batman's going to stop him.
All right, my number 3 is Bane. Mostly for his appearance in the Batman and Robin film. No, I like Bane because Bane is, in terms of like all of Batman's rogues, a lot of them are crazy. A lot of them are gangsters. Few of them can match Batman on a pure mental level, at a strategic level. And Bane's one of them. Bane's up there with like Ra's al Ghul, stuff like that. And I think Bane has that ability to really challenge Batman in all senses of of what Batman does. Detective, the strategic, the physical. Bane is there for that. And then also, like, in terms of like characters that have made lasting impacts on Batman, Bane's up there. Bane is the one that broke the bat, which then adds context to all of his books going forward throughout history. Batman's been broken and like he can't get there again. And he also killed Alfred, which has strangely stuck. So I think like there's no denying the importance Bane has for all this. And I know he's also in Dark Knight Rises. Not my favorite movie, but yeah, Bane, easy number 3 for me.
My number 3 is the Black Glove.
Ooh.
Now,
Nice.
the Black Glove is not one individual; it's an organization. But I'm mostly concerned with Dr. Hurt. One of my favorite Batman run, not even one of my favorite Batman run, is the Morrison run, and the first chunk of that, the first volume of that, is dedicated to the idea that the Black Glove, this super secretive criminal organization that derives pleasure from ruining the lives of rich and powerful people, well, they target Bruce Wayne, and Bruce Wayne, of course, is Batman. So they break him down. And, we just talked about Absolute Batman and how crazy paranoid Batman was in the most recent issue. Well, that shit was happening 20 years ago during Grant's run, when the Black Glove had my man losing his fucking mind.
Mm.
It was special. I don't think I've ever read any run more than that. I don't think I've ever read any story more than that. And I just love that character, Dr. Hurt. He doesn't get as much play now as he was getting then, but boy, oh boy, if I don't pop whenever he shows up. I'll never forget that run. So yeah, Black Glove is number 3 for me.
And there's always like a question mark, at least in his initial thing, that like, is he Batman's father?
Yeah. Yeah, for
That shit was
sure.
fun.
The African American glove.
Hey,
Love
no
it.
black glove, no black glove.
Man, if that were true, I wouldn't be here right now. Literally. All right, so that's our top 5. That's our number 3 of our top 5. We will definitely fill you in on number 2 next week. But now we have a Patreon Pal question for you. Anybody want to take that from me?
I got it. Joel Warburg has I have an essay here, but let's go through it. What Spider-Man storyline do the pals think Marvel Comics should do to get more readers on board with their flagship character? Specifically, a storyline that would have been told already, that should have been told already, and could probably get more readers to pick up the book if they did it now. In my honest opinion, I think Spider-Man versus Mephisto would be a good storyline. We could address one more day and one moment in time in a way that doesn't necessarily undo everything, allows readers to see how far Peter Parker would go to get back Mary Jane and his daughter. Also, the aftermath of the storyline would also allow writers to explore the new status quo, given where both Peter and MJ are in continuity.
Maybe controversial opinion. I don't think they should do a storyline like that. I think the success of Spider-Man was when he was a kid with problems who had a job, was doing his thing with friends and family, who was also Spider-Man. I think that's the niche that he really hits for me. That's why going back to his older issues, that it really resonates. You get to see his, the original cast, all the big villains, all that kind of stuff, but that as its entertainment value, I think was really driving a lot of success. You get to, villain of the day. That was a lot of fun. So for me personally, I don't think it's a single storyline that'll, upend and bring everybody on board.
It's a hard question for me because I don't know what should means. You know what I mean? Like I'm not a big fan caster of what Marvel should do. For me, it's who should they put on the book that would get me to read it. And my answer used to be Hickman, but I don't think that's my answer anymore. Yeah, I don't know of a storyline in particular. I would like to see maybe a more definitive Sinister Six story in the modern era, and maybe solidify who that team is. But that's not a Spider-Man specific story. I don't know. In my eyes, to get new readers to the book, you don't focus on Peter, you focus on Miles, and kind of really focus where he is and put on a creative team. That's really important to that.
Yeah, I'm with you. I don't really get into the whole Marvel or DC should do this or that from a storytelling standpoint when it comes to like what's gonna resonate. Who knows? I don't think anyone knows. I think in some way it feels like this question presupposes that there is a thing to do and that Marvel just won't do it.
Yeah.
And I don't feel that way. I don't think that because Mary Jane appears in, Spider-Man comics. Like it's not been that long since she was in one. So I don't even know that having her around is the answer. I don't know that putting them back together is the answer because quite frankly, I think what people are responding to is more than that. I
Yeah.
think it's a lot more than that. But thank you for the question. Really appreciate it. Let's get into the news. And there's quite a bit, so we'll do our best to get through it. This first piece of news popped me hard.
Ooh.
And I am so bummed that I can't get one. So, believe it or not, copies of the Free Comic Book Day 2020 DC comic that never released, never saw the light of publication, that were pulped, that were destroyed, have made their way to eBay. And they're selling for quite a bit of money. A CGC 9.4 sold for $255. A 9.6 sold for $381.
That seems reasonable.
Yeah. Yeah. 5 copies allegedly have been slabbed by CGC. This is, of course, the 5G Free Comic Book Day book that would have been the game-changing introduction into the 5G era. We were this fucking close to it being real. This close. It barely didn't happen. Rich Johnston owns one himself. It may be the case that there are no more copies in the world. It may be that there are only 5.
Has anyone ever put out all the pages for consumption?
No, not to my
I don't think
knowledge.
no.
Rich,
I don't
what are
think so.
you doing? This is that is the morally correct thing to do.
I want this, but
Would
I'm
you-
not trying to. Yeah.
Would you be okay with just reading it?
Yes.
Because like these are slab copies, so you can't open it unless you ruin the slab. So like the whole point of this is, in my eyes, to want to read what could have been. And we've gotten pages here and there, but we've never seen the whole story. That's interesting to me. The slab ones don't really do much for me. Like from a collector standpoint, yes, these are things that should not exist and people have them graded. A 9.6 is insane too. Like a 9.2 is like a pretty damn good copy. 9.6 is hard to get. This like would have been like right before they pulped it. You know what I mean? Like right off the press, unread.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's kind of cool from a collector standpoint, but I do want to know the contents of it.
I'm dying to have this one day. Like, will I ever get one? Probably not, especially if there are only 5 in the world and I'm not dropping hundreds of dollars to get it. But Rich, scan that motherfucker, please.
That's the
need to
journalistic
see
correct
it.
thing to do.
I need to see it. I need to see the interior. I know that the Flash story did come out, but I don't know about the rest. And it
Didn't
came
some-
out, but it was edited dramatically.
Yeah, did it come out recently too, within the last like year or two?
I'm not sure when it came out.
Good Manipul cover, I gotta say.
Yeah, hell yeah, dude.
Now I'm looking on
Well-
eBay.
Wally West with the Dr. Manhattan powers.
Coltrane says, I really want to see the 1G through 5G history of DC timeline they had planned. I've seen it. It is something that Dan Didio shared
The
at some
whiteboard.
point. Sorry?
The whiteboard, right?
Yeah, the whiteboard, yeah.
Yeah. I think I'm sure you can Google the 5G whiteboard and Dan Didio pops up.
Yeah, probably. Damn, man. This is so cool. Atomic Hound says supposedly the pages in the epilogue of the Flash Forward trade has slightly altered pages. Yeah, they basically removed the 5G of it, which is funny because DC now plays with 5G
Yeah.
with a fair bit of regularity. So it's funny that they went so hard to erase it, but now it's okay to touch and play with.
They were referencing it in the Action Comics 1100.
Yeah. Yep. Absolutely. Okay. Let's skip the next one. And let's go to Sabrina the Teenage Witch. So Sabrina is doing something very special. In fact, it's doing something that's already being done by another publisher. So I guess it's less special that they're doing it, but it's a smart move nonetheless. So Sabrina #1, which is gonna be out on August 31st. No, that can't be the
No,
case.
it's like
October 7th.
Yeah.
Will be available to sell this book at midnight, 12:01 a.m. on October 7th. When is October 7th? What else is happening that day? Oh, Marvel is dropping its Midnight series, all 3 on the same day. So now, if you go to your LCS at midnight on October 7th, you'll be able to pick up 4 books instead of 3 if you want to get your hands on Sabrina #1.
Yo, if I'm a shop owner, bro, high key, I'm sleeping in. I'm not opening up for you. I'm sleeping. I'm opening up. You're gonna be camped outside. I'm gonna walk with my coffee at 7:30. I'm gonna say, sorry, I need an hour to set up because opening hours are 8:30.
Hey, your shop sucks.
And then I'm gonna open the door at 9, and then you're gonna walk in.
Remember Sean when
12 o'clock?
Marco was like, "Hey, we should open up the Comics Pals bookstore."
Yes.
Yeah, fuck that. Me and you were doing it, Sean.
Dude, well, remember how he said he was going to organize the
Oh yeah, no,
bookshelves?
worst comic book LCS owner of all time, potentially.
It makes
Jesus.
sense.
No, it doesn't. So does also actively putting the middle finger to your people who are buying your books. Also doesn't make sense. This strategy makes sense though. You know, if the book's already coming out, right? It's already a witchy book. It's October, witching hour. Let's do it. Midnight. Ride on the coattails of Marvel. Who gives a shit? Karina Becco on writing it with Kano on art. Like this is a good creative team as well. And some of the covers are really rad. This one by the one I have on by Chloe Brailsford is a lot of fun. Yeah. I think I want to check this book out too. Like it's I don't know what DC's doing that day. I don't know what they're releasing to kind of compete with Midnight. But it's a Batman Absolute Superman. Yeah, I mean, I think the Demon comes out that day too. So and Jonah Hex. Okay, so they're releasing. They're DC's got some heat. That God, Pal's Pulse is gonna be fucking rough that week. Oh man, we have 3 Marvel books already. Batman Absolute Superman.
And now Sabrina.
Sabrina ain't making it, unfortunately.
Wow, can't wait to read Sabrina by Oni Press.
I wish, dude. I don't see a way to fit it on that show unless we do fucking 10 books that week. Like, Jesus.
Nope. As somebody who used to do 10 books every week for a weekly review show, that will burn you out.
I don't want to do it once.
On the weekend before New York Comic Con?
Yeah, dude. That's a lot.
The week of.
Oh, yeah. No, we can't even. We got to do Pal's Pulls on Wednesday.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
Oh, we're fucked.
Fuck.
Yeah. We're going to have to go to the midnight just to be able to get a reading done.
Read it and then do the show and then go straight into.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
Why you do this?
That's brutal. Unless we just leave Comic-Con and do the show Thursday night at 8 p.m. We just leave at 6.
That's one of the few days I can actually go to Comic-Con. No,
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, that's right.
yeah.
That's right.
I'm staying till as late as possible.
Oh, they usually do the Harvey Awards too.
Have you been?
Yeah, I made it one time.
Oh, that's
He
right.
glad handed his way in.
That's right.
That was good shit.
Big smile. That all jokes aside, a new Sabrina book is exciting. I tend to jump in and out of some of the Archie projects when they're more cartoonish. I can sometimes I won't follow, but this with Kanon art, I think is um he has a special style, and I think that really works for the universe. So I'm excited to jump into this. This looks cool.
Yeah, I'm into this too, actually. I've never read a Sabrina comic before, but I've heard that they're good. I did watch the TV show, but I know that there's not a lot of relationship between those two things. But Karina Beckel's very talented, and I'm really into what she writes. She did Invisible Republic. She was a
Yeah.
writer on that book, which
Oh,
I absolutely adore. So yeah, I'm in on this. I will be buying this.
Actually, I think the Sabrina and Hell comic actually has a lot to tie in with the TV show. I think the TV show is actually pretty
Okay.
rad. I think it was a pretty damn good TV show. The
I
Sabrina
liked
one,
it.
yeah, kind of
Let's
filled
watch
that
that
Buffy void in a way.
Wait, you're not talking about the one from the 90s, are you?
No.
the new
Okay,
one,
yeah, that's
Netflix
what I
one?
was talking about.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the more recent one.
No, I haven't
Okay.
seen that.
All right. No. Okay. Then we're speaking different languages at this point. Okay.
I like that
Yeah.
one too, Tyler. That was off of the updated Sabrina stuff.
Yeah, they tied. Did they tie in with Archie or Riverdale at one point?
They
I think
did.
there
Yeah, they
was
did.
a crossover. Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to read Archie books, and these Oni Press Archie books are exciting to me.
Yeah.
Let's talk about an exorcism. Well, let's talk about The X-Orcists. This is a new book that Marvel is pushing out November of 2026, right around the corner. Ashley Allen is going to be reuniting with Jermaine Peralta for this 5-issue series. They're teaming up again after Magic and Colossus. This is going to once again star Magic. She is going to be dealing with a demon that has escaped limbo and is now on the attack. And she's gonna need some allies. So she finds Juggernaut and Madeline Pryor. Why the fuck you would reach out to those two, I don't know. But okay, that's what we've got going on here. It looks like Russell Dauterman is going to be contributing a cover to this.
Yeah.
Ben Harvey as well, DK Ruan as well. So pretty good roster of cover artists, and the creative team seems solid for those people who have been enjoying what they've been doing already.
These covers got me fighting demons.
Yo, talk about it.
That's just sexy. The first one with Juggernaut in the back. Holy shit.
Wait, why would you point out Juggernaut of all the people on that
Hey,
cover?
I'm just saying to
We're
distinguish.
equal opportunity.
I'm just saying though, what to distinguish that one in particular, because there's two of them with two people in front.
Yes. Yo,
Marcus-
if you guys are looking at the AIPT article, I really like the third cover. That shit is fire.
the DK Ruan one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's good.
Yeah, one's a good one too. I didn't grab a slide for it, but it is good. I've been generally enjoying the Ashley Allen Magic verse. She did Magic, then she did Magic and Colossus. Now she's doing this. So like, if this was a Marvel of any other time, this would just be issue Exorcist would be arc 3 of the 20-issue Magic run. Do you know what I mean? But that's just the way things are. So of course it's got to relaunch. And Exorcist actually is a pretty fun naming convention that I'm surprised they haven't used before. And I really like the dynamic that Magic and Juggernaut have in Jed McKay's X-Men run. Just seeing that brought into the Magic book, I'm like, okay, fine. I'll be reading this because I have been reading the other Ashley Allen Magic stuff. So this is just the next issue for me in my eyes.
Man, I really wanted to love it. I may give this a try because I want to read Magic. I do, but I just did not like what Ashley Allen was doing with that first series. But I may try. I may try this. Do I want to lift my X ban for this?
At
It's
least you
ready to
get
be lifted at that
covers.
point. DNX is
Hey,
happening,
yo.
so floodgates are
Oh,
open.
oh,
True.
sorry. That's what he meant by lifted in floodgates.
Oh boy,
Oh, Jesus, Marco. Listen.
Jesus Christ!
Now, the Magic and Madeline Pryor are on the same cover together. That's a little, that's a lot. That's
That
a
last
lot for
cover.
me.
That last cover was good.
Those characters make sense though in the grand scheme of Magic. You know, Madeline Pryor also being in Hell or Limbo or wherever the fuck she decides to be at any given point. And the relationship between Juggernaut, like this tracks for me.
Yeah, I gotta get this cover A, bro. I might buy 2 covers.
And you just started doing a calling, Sean, which means you have room.
Exactly.
I was gonna try and talk you out of it, but then I talked myself into it.
Then you're like, wait a second, hold on.
Yeah.
No. You got
Yeah.
space.
That DK Ruan cover is fucking calling
That's
my name.
a Marvel snap card if I ever seen it.
Yeah, well, I would love that. Why is her thong sticking out though? I feel like that's not very magic-y.
I got a problem with that.
It's just
No.
just
I don't-
straps on the gear.
Yeah.
Oh, she did the Moonstar one. Okay, I'm like, she did something recently.
Yeah,
I didn't
Moonstar
like
as well.
that
Yeah.
either.
Moonstar was a kind of high-end, or no, it was soft launched in Magic Volume 1.
Right.
We'll see. We'll see. I wanna try to read this. I just hope I enjoy it. We'll see. All right. Now, we are going to talk about the X-Men news that came from D23. We're going to talk about the Avengers trailer and all that jazz. But before we do that, we got to spin the wheel one time because we haven't spun the wheel yet. And we're going to talk about something from Image that's not too pleasant.
Yikes.
Yeah, we got to do it. We have to.
Water time.
Water break. Drink what you got, whether you're like Marco and you're sipping on something. Oh, he got water. Okay, never mind. Called me a liar.
Finish that cup a little earlier.
Yeah, my straw's getting in
Feeling
the way
it?
of my cat.
A little
Did
bit.
it? Yeah, okay.
Just a
Should
little
drink
bit.
more.
Just a little undercut. No, I don't got it. I don't got it next to me like that. I don't. That's when I have a problem.
Okay, fair enough. I don't want to encourage a problem. Let's do one more. Wheel 3. So see where we land at.
Did we hit the goal for definitely not the GOAT game? We have a Marco's minute.
Oh.
You have a minute in you, Marco.
I do actually. I'm gonna shout out a book.
No, that's highlight a book.
Damn
That
it.
doesn't count.
Do I have a minute in me otherwise? Yo, wedding planning's tough, man. There's so many
Boom.
things. So many things you gotta like juggle and balance. We just had we're trying to book all of our vendors, like finalize booking for the vendors. If you're a
Next
small
month.
business owner, please reply to your emails. I don't understand why that's difficult. I so much so, I don't know if you guys have noticed, I've been responding to as many smaller random emails that we get purely for the fact that other people don't do it. I don't want to look bad like that with other people because I'm trying to get an invoice. I'm trying to get a confirmation on dates and times and locations and transportation, and just respond to the email. Is it too long? Tell me if it's too long. That's it. I'm frustrated. I'm a little irritated. All I need is for you to log on to your computer, sign on to Gmail, just say confirming receipt. That's it. So I know you're alive, and tell me wait 2 to 3 days. That's it. That's all I need.
Why have we never developed read receipts properly with email at Work Easy?
No, see that doesn't count because then you could read it, and I don't know if you've forgotten. At least if you confirm, there's accountability ascribed to that.
Cake settled yet? Do you have the cake settled?
We're not doing cake, but we are waiting on confirmation for desserts.
Oh, no cake. Interesting.
Yeah. We're breaking a lot of molds for this.
Yeah. Marco's wearing the dress. No cake.
I got a whole outfit. I think I showed you guys.
You did. Well, you told us about it.
Yeah. I got a whole outfit.
Love it. Can't wait to see you in that outfit.
And Sean in a
Can't be
suit.
fun. Don't count your fucking. Don't hold your breath.
I ain't
Like
betting on it.
horses.
That's for sure. I had no betting being done on this show.
Not by you, and probably not by me ever again. Fuck that. I'm tired of it. Apparently, no, I'm not tired of it. Don't take me seriously. All right. Image is putting out a new comic. They do that a lot. This one is called Ghost Drive Station, and it is written by Warren Ellis.
Oh,
Yeah. With art by Lourdes Faudre. It's coming out in November. It's a graphic novel that they're putting out. Now, the much ado when it comes to this story is the fact that Warren Ellis is obviously somebody who was canceled and became persona non grata in the comic space and has been for several years, 5 years, in fact, or maybe even more. It might be 6.
has it been that long?
Yeah.
Oh, 2020, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, Warren originally, they were going to do, Image was going to do something with him years ago. I think it was at that point. Yeah, it was at that point in 2021. They were going to release a book that he did called Fell.
Yep.
With Ben Templesmith.
Yep.
And then Image said that they were not going to put it out. That they were going to not work with Warren Ellis until he, quote, made amends to the satisfaction of all involved, who are all, well, Warren Ellis was accused of sexual misconduct by multiple individuals. It was I want to say it was 100, over 100.
Yeah, he was in triple digits.
He was prolific.
Yeah. That's the word.
Yeah. And I want to read a quote directly from SoManyOfUs.com, which is the website where the individuals who were harmed by Warren Ellis, they made a website to track the progress of they're trying to sort of work with him to get to a place of redemption, saying, hey, look, you messed up. Here's the truth of what you did to us, but here's a path to redemption because we don't necessarily want you to be done. We're not trying to cancel you. We're trying to be honest and speak truth to power. So this is what they said. From our account, or we are a group of over 60 women and non-binary individuals whose utmost concern is the safety and protection of others like us. Our aim is to dismantle the systems that allow people in power to abuse that power for the purpose of serial predatory corralling, emotional manipulation, and grooming. From our accounts and the others who have come forward, there is clear evidence of Warren Ellis using his celebrity and vast public platform as catalyst and shield to manipulate and groom targets under false pretenses, and to coerce private pornography and sexual exchanges. Over 20 years, femme-presenting people, often between the ages of 19 to 26, were impacted by this pathological behavior. We were all under an elaborate illusion, believing we had a friend, mentor, and a partner in this man. To date, nearly 100 people have privately come forward with experiences regarding Warren Ellis. Given how deeply personal many of these experiences have been, only a fraction of those who have contacted us have chosen to share their testimonials to this site. We've assembled these stories in the form that keeps his target safe from further abuse, yet clearly shows both how widely our experiences vary and also where the patterns lie. There's a lot more. I'm not going to read the whole thing. We discussed this at length when it happened.
Yeah.
And so we don't need to do all of that again. If you want to see the various accounts of what he is accused of doing, go to SoManyOfUs.com.
The website even has a visual timeline of the amount of women and femme presenting people that he had targeted. It has like years, and the timeline goes up to 22 a year at one point. Like this is and was bad. Especially in an industry, especially, starting in 99, where like women in the industry wasn't as common
Mm.
or accepted. Yeah, what I mean, I wasn't on the show when you guys talked about it originally, 2020, but I always was. When this happened, it was rough for me because Ellis was probably top 3 writers for me.
Mm.
Next Wave, Thunderbolt, the Secret Avengers. Like there's so much work that Warren Ellis that I enjoyed, and knowing that this was all happening at the same time was rough as a fan. But I don't think we'd lose anything by him not being around. Fortunately, like he hasn't done anything to fix this.
So the reason why this is coming up in a negative is because while I mentioned there was a path to redemption, the So Many of Us website makes the statement that he didn't walk the path. And the last update they made was in June of 2023, where they said that, or January, excuse me, of 2023, where they essentially said that he had not done the things that they agreed he would do. Here's a quote. We saw valuable progress on all 3 of our intentions, but to the best of our knowledge, Warren Ellis took none of the steps we hoped he would. A mediated accountability process with Warren Ellis is not possible at present, and we do not anticipate our involvement in any progress he might make in the future. So that was the last update.
And like,
Now Image stated that they would not work with him until he did these things.
yep.
So what the fuck happened to that?
Woke is dead. That's why, Sean. That's why Louis C.K. has a Netflix special.
Yeah.
You know, like it's the whole during as Chiose likes to say, during Woke 1, this wouldn't have happened because everyone like the idea of like identity politics was a big thing, and there was pushback and there was flack you would get for it. The political landscape's a little different now. I think people are rubber banding back, not giving a shit about that, for better or for worse, mostly for worse. So I think a publisher like Image can realize like, we could probably do this without getting too much pushback. I think it's being proven false now, but fucking cancellations don't matter anymore.
It feels like enough time has passed, and so therefore I must be safe to sort of peek my head back up, take it out from under the sand, see what's up. And this is also in tandem with the re-release of Ocean, which is a Wildstorm series,
Yep.
Ellis and Chris Sprouse. So it also looks like, maybe the request was even, hey, we need to put something out there on Ellis's part, financial reasons, but not good reasons, to be doing so. So it feels icky. It just feels bad because the update from so many of us is that there was no update, that there was no effort,
Yeah.
there was no work to be done. So the concern really is, who's to say this doesn't continue now that he becomes back into the limelight? I've expressed in the past, I can separate the art from the artist. But when an artist or creator comes back into the space, it is a red flag, because now eyes need to be on top of that individual. We as a community need to be vigilant because they're coming back into the fold, and it's a shitty position to put fans, readers into, when it seems like the publishers can put their morals aside in a similar way. It's tough to balance.
Oh, don't worry. He has a female artist though, so it's got to be fine, right?
Well,
And even that's probably deliberate.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
yeah.
I am all about people having the opportunity to be redeemed. I
Right.
believe in that. I mean, there are certain things that you do that just fuck you for life. But, I think that in the case of Warren Ellis, his accusers felt he could have a path to redemption. They did not want his career to just be over. So I'm cool with that. I'm in on that. But when you're given that much grace by the people you wronged, and you still don't give a fuck enough to
Yeah.
do what they've asked you to do to walk that path, that is like, yo, you suck, dude. Like, you fucking suck.
And look at what they were asking. They had 4 tenets to what they were asking for. Acknowledge his behavior in its entirety. Acknowledge his pattern of harmful conduct. Acknowledge that he has callously hurt people. And to be fair, none of the things he did were illegal. So it's not like acknowledging this would put him in legal trouble. He did none of those 3. And then the 4th one is contribute to transformative work to dismantle the systems which allowed this to go on. That's a little nebulous. What that entails, it's tricky. That one might be a little harder to know what that means. But the 3 ones is like 3 of the 4 is just acknowledge it. Acknowledge you were shitty. And honestly, in this day and age, like, as a fan, if you could acknowledge that you fucked up, that you were a shitty person, that is respectable. I'm not sure I can still read your work after that. I'm not sure that gives you a green flag, in my opinion, but it's at least a step in the respectability column. You can't even do that? What the fuck, dude? Like that only just tells me that the accusations that some would say are real. They're true. You're a shitty person.
Yeah, I completely agree. And, bad on Image for doing this.
Yep.
For going back on their word. People don't forget. Like, people have long memories, and yeah, Warren's book will probably sell fine. But Image is hurting their look by doing
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
It's not going to affect Warren Ellis. He's going to sell his comics, and that'll be fine for him. He's all but disappeared for public consumption.
On that front, what's interesting is why not go the Kickstarter route or the Indiegogo route in the sense of, like, not to participate with the community that exists there, but it's interesting to attach himself back to a publisher where I feel like unless he doesn't have that kind of support anymore and he needs, the name brand of Image to sort of help rehabilitate him, that to me felt a little curious because we're in an age where you can go and crowdfund a book.
My thinking there is, hey, Image is cool with him, and they're happy to work with him. So why even bother to go through the rigmarole of a Kickstarter? If a publisher is willing to do business with you.
And the thing is, like, Image is in a place right now where, like, we've talked about it. The Image boom is kind of over. Like, sure, you have your Energons, sure, you have your Skybounds and your Ghost Machines. But in a comic landscape where there's an Ignition Press, there's a Mad Cave, there's IDW, there's Boom, there's Oni. As a creator, especially a woman creator, I'm looking at this and I'm saying, maybe my next creator own doesn't go there, or I'm not even interested in that anymore. Because they're fostering an environment that clearly is, at minimum, uncomfortable for women, or they're okay with having a person who is being uncomfortable towards women in this space, without remorse, without acknowledgement. And I'm going to Ignition. I'm and look at Ignition. They have Stephanie Williams. They have Leah Williams there. They are fostering that environment that is more accepting of that. And man, this pisses me off in so many regards.
It sucks. And it sucks because it sucks most. Well, it sucks what he did most, but it sucks that we all lose. Because Warren Ellis is, Tyler said he's was one of his favorite creators. Mine too.
Yep.
Warren Ellis is good at what he does for his job. Like, he is talented. And I would like more Warren Ellis stories, but not if he's not willing to be a better human being. Like, it's one thing for me to go backwards and read a Warren Ellis book that I've already read or, whatever. It's another thing for me to read a new one. And so I don't know that this is going to end up in my stack. I mean, it's not.
Yeah.
I just don't want to support him.
Icky across the board.
And it makes me look at Image badly.
Yep.
like money. You're saying like money grab over the moral.
Right.
Yeah.
Which like what money grab is it? Look at the press they're getting. I think it's a badly played hand.
Yeah.
Like Lourdes Foudre, I believe she's done a lot of like multimedia and done like cover art for like books. Like she's a name in and of herself. I don't know why Warren Ellis needs to be attached to it, but like, yeah, I don't see why why anyone in Image thought like, oh, we can get away with this.
Don't get it.
Yeah, like I know Aaron in the chat says the woke era is over. Companies will not even change their logo for the pride flag for Pride Month, which is like that's performative corporate pride. But also, yes, in that sense, you know, like they don't even give a shit anymore because like people don't give a shit anymore. It's the way the landscape is. And I think this is a gamble Image made in the idea that like this was something that like more people would buy than not buy. And they don't remember that the comic book internet fandom is pretty woke still. Like it's a pretty, I'm using that word and I feel like a fucking chud for using it, but the fandom is cognizant of these things. They didn't ditch it with the change in presidency.
Mr. Negative says it makes no sense that it's not on Kickstarter. It would definitely do well. I do think it's dumb that people want to boycott Image for this. I'm not going to get it or anything, but it's also not like people really know what he's done in his private life to maybe change. Why would it be dumb for people to want to boycott Image over them rehiring a sex pest that they themselves said they wouldn't rehire until he made the amends that he was asked to make? I don't know Warren Ellis at all. I know what these women said.
Yeah.
And I know that I believe what they said because 100 people don't lie about you. That's crazy. 100 people? No, bro. I don't think it's crazy at all. And if he did make amends, it would be obvious. You don't think that Warren Ellis wouldn't be the first person to want to say, hey, I made amends so that we could all just come back to the fold with him? Of course he would want to be able to say that if it were true.
Well, that involves him acknowledging it. He refuses. Yeah. And also, it's not like it. I would almost maybe have even less of an issue with Image if they didn't previously announce that they set these ground rules with them. Yeah. It's also the backpedaling from a previously established position. Like I know you talk about just private life and stuff like that, but this stuff is public now. Sorry, the Pandora's box is open.
Yeah.
Lord S has a Substack, and going through the Substack, one of the posts is a in memory of Ed Pisker, where she tries to put aside the allegations and sort of put aside what he does to talk about who he is as an artist. So I haven't read through it all, but not to directly cast judgment, but I don't know, something about that feels a little weird.
Tracks.
It tracks. Yeah, it tracks. If I don't know, I guess if anybody's interested, I'll share this, but it's a little odd.
Yeah, they should have handled this differently. And to your point, Mr. Negative, Image should have thought about that.
Yeah.
They should have thought about that. They did this. And if creators suffer as a result, that's terrible. And I never want to see creators suffer as a result. But I understand the desire to not buy Image Comics because that company made that choice. And if you buy books by Image creators, you are supporting Image. You're supporting those creators, but you're also supporting Image. So an individual gets to decide, how they spend their money in a situation where a publisher is publishing a book by somebody who's apparently a bad actor. Mm-hmm. That makes sense to me.
It's stepping on a rake.
Yeah. Needlessly.
Yeah.
Oh, man. It sucks. It sucks to have these conversations.
Also, I just don't trust anyone who wears a hat like that, too. Like, come on. He's up to some shady shit.
off appearance alone.
Yeah,
fucked up.
I judge books by cover when it comes to people. I'm sorry.
I
Like
don't know.
this has Warren Ellis looks like the kind of guy that says he's into BDSM, you know, but like he lets you know that way too early when you just met him.
All right. Let's get into something more fun than that. Let's talk
Cool.
about. Huh?
I was like, cool. Yeah.
Oh. Let's talk about Marvel's D23. At D23, Marvel Studios made several major announcements, and we're going to get into a few of them. The big ticket one is that we've got a much better idea of what our X-Men cast will look like now. I haven't seen the implication that this is all the cast, but certainly this is what is confirmed so far, and a lot of them were confirmed at this event. So we now know these people will be in X-Men and will play these characters. Indy Navarrete, who was just an Obsession, she'll be Rogue. Maya Boyd, who is relatively unknown, she will be Storm. Christopher Abbott will be playing Professor Xavier. Sadie Sink, Jean Grey, Kit Connor, Cyclops, Samara Weaving, Emma Frost. We already knew those things. Adam Driver
Wepa.
as Mr. Sinister. There it is.
We called it.
We have our villain.
We have our girls' reunion with Christopher Abbott and Adam Driver. Let's go.
Hey. I have not seen the fanfare online or the derision. I think Adam Driver is a good actor. And I think that as Mr. Sinister, you need to be wildly charismatic, a little crazed, and I think Driver fits that. He can live to that. So, you know what? The rest of these, I think, make a lot of sense. Professor X is the only one that I'm a little.
Ooh, I'm hyped about that.
Really, I'm thinking about. I'm like, how's he gonna look bald?
Well, yeah, whatever.
I
think the Adam Driver of it. So the thing with the Adam Driver was he was the only one not physically there. So he had like a little pre-recorded video. And he jokes, he's like, I'm playing Magneto. No, he's playing Nathaniel Millsbury. Which is a specific wording because Kevin Feige echoes that, saying Nathaniel Millsbury. They never say Mr. Sinister. They say Nathaniel Millsbury, and it's not even Nathaniel Essex either. Millsbury is specific to the era of X-Men where it actually turns out that the school that Cyclops grew up in, like the orphanage with Havoc, I believe, was run by Millsbury, and it was tied to Mr. Sinister. It is one of his personas, because he's been alive for forever. So immediately we see a tie there with Cyclops and Mr. Sinister being at the core of who that character is. So we're seeing some threads of story. I think Adam Driver is a great choice for Sinister because Sinister needs to be bumbling doctor. He needs to be conniving Nathaniel Essex, fancy lad. And he needs to be kind of an evil Mr. Sinister. There's so many different aspects of Sinister that you need to be able to turn on depending on who Sinister is at any given moment. So I think Driver can do a lot of weird that I think is going to be a lot of fun. Like he's an awkward, weird dude. Even like the way he said Magneto in that video is like, oh, this dude's a fucking weirdo. And that's why I love Adam Driver. Yeah, I'm excited for the Mr. Sinister part of it. And it's an unknown. We've not seen that before.
Yeah, I hadn't put any thought into who could play Mr. Sinister, but now that we have Adam Driver, it sounds perfect. Like even looking at his face in the video that they posted, or in the video that he submitted, he looks like fucking Mr. Sinister to me now. I think this is awesome casting. I guess the only one, because I don't know who Christopher Abbott is, the only one that I looked at and was like, I don't know, is actually Indy Navarrete as Rogue. That gives me, that doesn't give me traditional Rogue vibes. I could see her as either, like more emo-ish Rogue from X-Men
Evolution.
Evolution.
Hell yeah.
And I guess I could see her as the Rogue of X-Men Legacy, but she doesn't have that. She doesn't strike me as having that like bombast, big personality that you typically associate Rogue with. That Southern charm. I don't. I don't see that in her immediately, but I'm open to being wrong.
Did you see Obsession, Sean?
I did.
Yeah. I think she can act her ass off
Yes.
from that movie alone. But like, I've not seen a lot of what she's in, so I can't fairly judge it. I think the issue was that like so many people were fan casting Kaylee Spaney, and there was rumors and buzz about it. So like when it's not that, I think she's kind of getting the flack that it's not Kaylee Spaney, especially online. I have faith in her, and I'm actually pretty excited for this casting. And plus, like, she's hot now. You know what I mean? Like her star has risen now. Not like that. Marcus, Jesus
wait,
Christ.
what?
No, like striking while the iron's hot. That's what Marvel is doing here. She has she is in one of the biggest, maybe the biggest movie of the year, up there with like Odyssey and stuff. It's one of the biggest successes of the year for sure with Obsession, and she's popular. You gotta. She went from a 20, like a really small, low budget movie to being one of the top stars of a Marvel franchise. So A, good for her. And B, I trust Marvel knows what they're doing. I like how a lot of these are unknowns. Christopher Abbott is great. He was in Girls. Funnily enough, Girls season 1, he was pretty much like next to Adam Driver. They were in together. They were the two male leads, really. Season 2, he wanted more money. HBO was like, "Nah, you're not in the season anymore." And he gets written off the show. Yeah, he comes back eventually, but I think he's a great actor, great theatrical actor, which I think works for Professor X. With Patrick Stewart, being the other Professor X, being a big theater actor as well. I think he could kind of bring that gravitas to it.
And he's been in other Marvel movies. He was in Kraven the Hunter. So, there's a direct line, direct connection there.
Yeah, like I like the fact that this is a mostly young cast. I
Yeah.
really appreciate that because that there's longevity to that. And I also really like the fact that they didn't cast anyone other than Adam Driver, but he's not one of the X-Men whose fame will overtake the character.
Yeah.
It very much reminds me of that initial Avengers cast where, none of them except Robert Downey Jr. were stars in the way that they certainly would become after. You didn't associate them with any specific role. Even Robert Downey Jr., I don't know if you associated with him with anything specific at that time.
No.
So this gives me those vibes. I trust the casting department of Marvel a lot. So if they believe in this, then I believe in it too. And I only really had one question mark, and that's more just like I don't know what she's going to bring to the table for this character. But I like Rogue, and I like a specific type of Rogue, and I don't think we're going to get that.
My boy's an interesting pick. She's literally nobody.
Yeah,
she's like an indie movie that came out a couple months ago. Has been acting for 3 years. Like this is Iman Vellani type stuff. I cannot judge in one way or another. So you must fucking kill that audition, I guess. The Storm has like talking about a character that has gravitas. It was Halle Berry, and who played her in Apocalypse? Man, I can't remember.
Oh.
But like there's not been too many like iconic Storms in film, besides Halle.
Alexandra Shipp.
Yes, Alexandra Shipp, thank you. So that could be a big deal as well.
The fact that Maya Boyd is so unknown, people are actively updating her Wikipedia 1 hour ago. People are digging into who this person is, which I think is a good thing. I think this feels like a good call because I like when they bring up otherwise unknown actors. It to me signals they're probably hungry and they've got an opportunity and they're presumably talented to live up to this. So yeah, I saw that. I'm gonna wait to judge to see what she's able to do, because she's just a theater actor, not just, but that's
Yeah.
where she's just come up.
A lot of these actors are theater actors. Sadie Sink, Kit, what's his name? Kit.
Harington?
No, that's Black Knight.
It's Kit Connor.
Kit Connor. Yes, also a theater actor. So I think it's cool seeing those theater actors kind of get, because that used to be the trajectory, theater, and then you go to the big screen afterwards, So I'm down for that, as opposed to like a lot of like the previous phases of Marvel. It's like, oh, let's get the Game of Thrones guy to play the next big character in Marvel, and instead we get Secret Invasion and a Black Knight that never actually becomes Black Knight.
Yeah, I'm in.
They also said there will be more casting announcements too. So this is not the end. I still think
This
there's
weekend?
no. This weekend we're done, but in the
Okay,
future,
okay.
because we have a date too, May 5th, 2028. Yeah. So we have some time, but we don't have a lot of time to get that cast ready. So I think we'll see a Beast. I think that's a Beast and Magneto are the only ones I can still see being cast for.
2, 3, 4. We've got it. The actual team of X-Men appears to be 4 characters to this point. We don't know what Emma Frost is going to be in this film. So that's an interesting question mark. Obviously, Professor X is the man of the chair, and
Whoa,
Mr.
wait
Sinister's
now.
bad. So, well, literally. So it'll be interesting to see how they fill out this roster. Will they do 5? Will they go to 6? I think there are still some major X-Men characters that they could fit on this team if they want to. But I also don't want them to go too big. So we'll see.
Yeah. I think it's one more.
Minister Sinister is also a great choice for villain because he has like goons. He has goons that they can fight against. He's got some named goons that can be like a mini boss, so to speak. Yeah, this is great, man. I'm hyped.
Marco, don't Google goon.
No, I'm Googling Minister Sinister.
Minister Sinister. Who's that?
You said Minister Sinister before.
Oh, I did? Oh,
yeah.
Whoops.
I was like, damn, is that a character I don't know?
Google Sinister Minister. Google that.
Sinister.
No, the Sinister Minister was the guy that they made change parishes at my school growing up.
Oh, Bella Fleck?
Robert with the 699 CAD. The only one I'm not hot on is Abbott as Professor X. I don't know if he has the gravitas or the ability to carry weight. I think he should.
I don't know.
I think that's the one I'm pretty confident in, to be honest.
I feel like I know him from other things, so I feel like I can.
Did you see Poor Things, Marco?
No.
Yeah, he's in that. Very good in that.
Oh, with
Emma Stone. Yeah.
So, by the way, we are 9 of 10 on our goal right now. If you guys want to, it's up to you. If you get us across that, we will play. We're not going to play the GOAT or Woke game today. We're going to do a draft because we haven't drafted in a while. So we'll do a draft today. Mix it up a little bit. Amin Perez, though, dropped 2 on us and says Kit Connor and Robert Pattinson together is great. Robert Pattinson?
What
the hell?
What are they in together? Did Amin just spoil the Magneto casting?
That'd be crazy.
It ain't happen. Anything happen.
Or is this a common Amin Perez troll job?
Could be.
Yeah, the Nasty Boys, dude. Hell yeah, bring it on. I love the Nasty Boys. Those dudes are fucking weird. All right, so that's the X news, but there was a new special look at Avengers Doomsday. Did you guys both check it out?
Yeah, trailer.
Yeah.
I did while I was doing the cat litter.
Yeah, I watched it on Chris's stream yesterday. Yeah.
So this is the same footage that was released at San Diego Comic-Con that was exclusive to that event. I know because I watched that grainy ass
Yep.
awful footage, and it was the same it was the same verbiage and the same scenes. So to me, this trailer was fucking incredible. I love the way it frames Doom. It does a lot of work to establish who he is and the kind of Doom that we're getting. And I'm starting to have different thoughts about what this movie's going to be. I don't know that I think, like, I don't know if I think that Doom is, he's not causing these things. I don't think.
No,
The,
he's trying to
the
solve them.
incursions are happening and he's there to stop that. However, he's going to stop it. And he's an antagonist in the sense that he's not pro that Earth. He's not there to save that Earth. He's there to save maybe maybe a different ones for some reason, but not ours.
I think it's going to be the heroes are trying to find a way to save everyone. And much like in like New Avengers, Hickman's run, Doom is playing that role of like probably allied to these heroes initially, but the one who's willing to sacrifice the other world to save his.
He's the Illuminati in this.
He's the Illuminati in one. And
Yep.
like there's a bit where you see him jump out of a build like a ship. It's the same ship all the heroes are on before. So assumedly he would have been with the heroes to be in that ship. So like I think it's gonna be he will be with the Fantastic Four on that ship. Trying to save things. And that's why you have Reed freaking out at him. Because he realizes, oh, Doom was never trying to help us.
Playing him.
He's playing him. Yeah, because that's Doom. That also sets him up as a real bad guy for Secret Wars.
I think the thing that really attracted me in this was how much more open I feel like the trailer felt. And all the other trailers were like inside ships, we're inside buildings. Everything feels very claustrophobic.
Yeah.
But here we're like outside. The fight between or the first assault from Thor onto Doomsday feels more spacious. We get to see all the Sentinels kind of come out of the ground and in a much larger framing. So all this felt bigger. That actually excited me. It made this feel that much larger and that much more exciting. So I'll give him kudos for that as well. The story beats aside, these just look better visually.
Well, there's story actually here. I don't think the previous ones were really doing story as much as aura farming. Like this trailer actually had what's going on here. Pedro Pascal screaming at Doom. Like I think that did something for me because I know those characters. I'd be curious to see if that hit for people who don't know the history those two have. Like don't bring that into that dynamic from external. But it was probably the most excited I've been. I'm still not the most excited for Doomsday. I'm like, oh, it's gonna be. I can't wait to eat my popcorn there. But this did the most to be like, okay, this is gonna be pretty cool.
And I got 3 tickets to see this movie. I got
3?
Thursday, Friday, Sunday.
Damn.
I went nuts. Am I gonna see it every time? It depends on how good it is that first time. But I have been waiting for the Fantastic Four and Doom and the X-Men to cross over with the Avengers ever since I was a child playing with toys. There's no fucking way that I can't be excited about this. And the fact that it looks good, man, oh man, I really hope this is good. This is the movie I need.
And it's on the trailer, but it happened in D23. Hugh Jackman's in this movie.
Yep.
What?
In what capacity? I do not know.
Well, that means Sean was the bet, right?
No, there was about X-Men.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
And there is no official bet.
I see.
For the
I
record.
see. Yo, my theater still doesn't have it incoming soon, but I can go buy Paw Patrol.
Wow. Does your theater have the ability to type in a movie? Because I actually had to do that to initially find the tickets.
Oh, let me see.
What is it? A local theater or is it a chain?
It's a local theater. Yeah.
That might be
Man,
why.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're right. Hold on. View more.
Oh, it was just a skill issue the whole time. God damn, he's blaming his theater.
View more. Hold on. Oh, online ticket sales temporarily unavailable. Try again later. Parentheses A1.
It might be sold out.
That would suck.
Damn, dude.
That would suck testicles.
Uh-oh.
Buy tickets. Says no.
Samuel Summers with a 5 spot says, I'm not excited for the X-Men movie. Why not? Would love to know. That got us over the goal, though. That got us to 10 out of 10 on the Super Chat, so we will be playing a draft round. Thank you for that. Really appreciate it. Amin dropped another 2 on us. Word on the street is there are 2 Dooms. What?
What street? What block you on? Tell you muted.
Man, I was just making a 3 Jokers joke, but it ruined it because I was muted. Damn it.
Pika Mark with a 4.99. Thank you, brother. Should I have my wife watch the previous Fantastic Fours to prep her for Doom and Doomsday? Having her watch previous X-Men for our prep watch? I don't think so.
No.
That Doom, I'm fine with it, but I'm just fine. Like, it's not great. Julian McMahon, rest in peace. Love him as an actor. Great on Charmed. He did his best. I just don't think the material that he was given was very strong.
Rise of the Silver Surfer is a mess of a movie.
Yeah.
I wouldn't touch that with a Fantastic Four Reed Richards sized pole.
Yeah, don't do that to your wife. Yeah, you love her, I assume. So yeah, the last thing that they showed, if you guys want to briefly touch on it, is the Vision Quest trailer.
I'm good.
Oh.
I did not like it.
I will say some of the CG in it looked pretty good. But here's the thing, I'll check it out. I don't watch a lot of TV, so I'll probably just check it out just because I got nothing else to watch. And I like James Spader coming back as Ultron. They're even bringing back the actor who played Jarvis in Agent Carter.
Oh, cool.
Wow, random.
And WandaVision is really good, and I really liked Agatha all along. So if it's in that same realm, I might like it, but again, I'm not excited, but I will watch it.
Damn, I keep getting got by these Reddit posts. I've typed in Vision Quest, these Reddit posts with these fake.
Why do you have
fake-ass
trouble on the
banners.
internet, Marco? The internet's
What
easy
the
to handle.
fuck?
You're a boomer.
Yo, how old are you, bro?
Why are you opening Reddit?
It brought me to Google. Brought me to Reddit. It's Google's fault.
No, it's because you keep opening those links. It changes to you. God damn it.
I was like,
God
wow, this
damn
is great. It's a crazy poster. It looks like Tom.
And Sean, this is the guy in charge of our email. God damn.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, sometimes I get scared about what emails you're going to open.
Yeah.
You get our whole shit hacked.
Oh, we had CBS Spolsky just emailed us from a Hotmail.
Yeah.
with a couple megabyte file in it. I'm going to open it up real quick.
Yeah.
Curioshita at hotmail.com.
He said, click this link if you want to schedule an interview. Well, I sure do.
He likes AI because it makes the easy parts of the internet easier for him because he has trouble with it.
That's right. Is this real? Says the AI.
Marco probably watched the wrong trailer too. He watched a trailer that had like Wolverine and Iron Man
I was
in
Fing
it.
Fang Fooming it.
Oh my God, dude. Trey Bounce with the 199. No message. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you for that. Yeah, Vision Quest didn't look like my jam. I was excited to see Ultron in it, but once I realized that they're just like Inhuman Avatar most of the show, I was like, cool, I'm good. Yeah, Marco, you got to figure out the internet, bro. You need to take classes.
You know what? I think I was talking to a coworker about this. I think the generation that did not have computer class growing up, fuck them. Because it's like understood you just have computers now. There's no class dedicated to it. I had to teach someone who's younger than me what the minimize and maximize button was on Windows.
Oh, that's crazy.
I had to explain Task Manager the other day, which just seems like
hotkeys.
Second nature.
Hotkeys.
Dude, people type now to capitalize. They turn caps lock on, touch the letter, and then turn caps lock off.
I don't understand that.
That's because of phones.
Do you know that I do that? I've only ever done it that way.
Wait, really? You turn
But
caps lock
I
on?
do, but I type very fast. I just do it quickly with my pinky.
You don't hold shift?
No.
That's insane to
Wow.
me. That's insane. The,
Yeah.
the computer literacy is piss poor right now because things are all done for you, which is exactly what they want, so they can get your information and fuck you.
Yup. Trey Bounce with a 199. For I am Doom. Hit like a ton of bricks. Hell yeah, dude.
Doom.
Samuel Summers, the 5 spot. Thank you, brother. I enjoyed the X-Men universe. I've gotten my fill of X-Men movies. If they cast Daphne Keene as their Wolverine, then I would be excited. Okay.
I wouldn't hate that.
I would love that. I need Daphne Keene back in these movies.
Would
She
you?
was a great X-23.
Would you? If they were like, "Hey, she's Wolverine now," you don't
Oh
get
my
Logan.
God.
Nope.
Wow, she grew up, huh?
Yo,
She
relax,
did.
relax, relax, chill. Pause, pause, pause.
I'm like, who was it? Who is this? And then I had to go and click. I'm like, holy shit.
Patrick Zay's been a member of the channel for 12 months. Thank you, brother. 1 year outside. We rocking suits at the Pallies this year, Sean. Tyler, we playing Fortnite soon. Marco, we crashing the wedding. Woo!
Let's go.
I'll text you where the location is. Pat.
Yeah. We'll hit you up.
Hmm.
Neon Nice says Pat Zay's caps keys been locked down for a year.
Oh shit. Okay. So we owe one more wheel spin. I gotta read some more names, the people we love, who love us right back, and then we're gonna play a game. We're gonna do a draft. We haven't done a draft in a long time, so that should be fun.
Drink up again.
Oh, sick. I got an iceberg in my fucking water, so
Nice.
Looking like Bobby Drake had his way with your bottle.
hell yeah, dude. He better make it into this movie, man. I really want a good Iceman. That Iceman shit we got in the first trilogy was dog water.
Pyro was cool though.
Pyro was badass.
Yeah.
That dude they cast as Iceman, what is his name? Oh,
He was like on Dawson's Creek or some shit like that, right?
Oh my
I
God.
don't remember him from Dawson's Creek.
But he was like that kind of actor, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Movie X-Men.
I'll find it
What
before
was
Marco
he?
does.
No, I got Sean Ashmore. Ooh.
There you go.
Damn it. And we share a name, that fucking guy.
Well, he spells it the wrong way.
He spelled it the wrong way. Yeah, he spelled Sean the wrong way.
He does? SHA?
Yep.
Yeah, SHAWN.
Wow.
Tisk.
Wrong. He's just straight up wrong.
Incorrect.
He was Jimmy Olsen in Smallville.
Oh,
Is that
yeah.
accurate? Yeah.
Yeah. He's also in Cadet Kelly, 2002.
Fuck.
The heck is Cadet Kelly?
Was that the Hillary Duff movie? Yeah, Hillary Duff. Proof of a god.
Hell, yes. Yes.
He just
Hillary
played
Duff.
Madison Square Garden. Good for her.
Good for me. Bring more Hillary Duff on. We need her on every screen. All right. Here are the rest of the lovely people who support this show every single week. We appreciate you so much. Here's a name you've heard me say a few times today. Amin the Almighty Perez. Thank you, brother. Houston the Century Kid Murphy. Young Dende. Faye Fighter Dawoodi. Cosmic November. Carter the Owl Shogun and Steve Swarm Canara. Scripture the Wardens of the Word. Jack of Some Trades Cloutier. Emperor MD Huani. Mad Max Pliskin. Jack Grimstone Grimmy. Eli the Mothman, Patrick the Inspiration Zay, the Captain Chris Collective, Ray Lytle, Super Jop, who I am working with on his origin because he wanted to add a little bit of himself to it, had some ideas, so we're going to work on that. Into Gray, Ash the Golem, Just Unseen, Ryan Spain, Spider Mankey, Idle Wilder, Anonymous, DC Crane, O'Shawn, and joining us, who just joined the Palsverse tier, Nachos Malone.
He doesn't even need an origin at that point. That's his name.
Yeah, you got it, bro. Nachos Malone. I love it. So thank you all so much. Appreciate you. All right, let's do the draft, shall we? Let's draft. And what we're going to draft are, because it's Batman month, we're going to draft Batman villains. Thought that would be fun. We will do 5 each. I think that's reasonable. 5 villains each. Draft with snake draft style. And do I have my dice here? I think I do. Yes, I do. I've got various die here. Boom. Oh shit, a dog.
Give him a smooch. Give him a smooch, Marco. That's weak.
I heard it a little bit, but
Yeah, that's
not as audible as the last time. Uh-oh.
I just dropped her.
They're not like cats, Marco. They can't. Oh no.
How do you drop your dog? That's a tiny ass little dog, bro.
How bad did you drop?
Is she okay?
It was like 5 inches up, but like
That's a lot for a Chihuahua. That's
a lot for a
that's 2
Chihuahua.
stories.
she's okay. She walked away.
Oh my god. Okay.
Jeez. All right. Okay. But maybe not a baby in the future right away. Okay.
No.
I'm gonna roll the dice. I will roll for myself first.
Okay.
That is an 8. I will roll for Marco now. That is a 7. And Tyler, whoops, if rolled off, I'll roll again. That is a 7.
So Marco
So-
and I have to roll off.
Yes, for second and third, respectively. So I'll roll for Tyler first. That is a 4. And
Ooh,
for
easy
Marco,
win.
that is a 3.
Oh,
Is it a D20 you're rolling?
No, these are 12.
Oh, got
or
it. Got it.
6-sided die, rather.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I go second.
All right. So I will kick things off
How many?
by 5 apiece.
5 apiece. Okay.
I'll kick things off by drafting Two-Face.
Okay. I will take Joker.
I will
All right.
take Killer Moth, followed
Yeah.
by Condiment King.
Oh God, he's doing a bit.
Okay.
Let me get Bane.
Yep. Okay, Bane. I will take Poison Ivy. And I will also grab Mr. Freeze.
Okay. Let me get Scarecrow.
Scarecrow, that's good.
Let me get Kite Man.
Hell yeah.
And sorry, I was doing the poll. And Crazy Quilt.
Okay. Give me Ra's al Ghul.
Okay. I will draft
Your last 2, right?
Clayface.
Which
Yeah.
one?
Who cares?
The Royal Clayface.
Clayfaces, and I'm gonna draft Talia al Ghul.
Oh, my daughter. All right, my last one will be Jeff Loeb. No,
Oh, I fucked up. Ah, damn it.
what were you gonna? Oh,
There's a
Who are you gonna
really
take,
good
Sean?
one. I'm not gonna say it.
I already took him. So
No, you
okay.
didn't.
Making me think now. Let me look at my list. What do I have here?
Look at your list. What the fuck?
Well, I already have most of the ones that are on my list. Punchline. Let's end it with punchline.
I almost
Okay,
went with
okay.
punchline.
Another king, Clock King.
Okay. All right, Marco.
Put the poll up. Put the poll up.
So I drafted Two-Face, Poison Ivy, Mr. Freeze, Clayface, and Talia al Ghul. Tyler drafted Joker, Bane, Scarecrow, Ra's al Ghul, and Punchline. And Marco drafted Killer Moth, Condiment King, Kite Man, Crazy Quilt, and Clock King.
Come on, guys.
Okay.
Easy dub. Easy.
A lot of hard sounds at Marco's team.
Wow. Marco, you outdid yourself somehow this time around.
This time around.
Wow.
And they're gonna give it to Marco too.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's playing a bit. I tried going for the actual heavy hitters here.
Like
What
mine
the
weren't.
Fuck
Mar-
is happening in this poll?
Marco shouldn't win because he didn't pick Batmite. Screwed up.
But see, Batmite is more of a nuisance. I decided I opted to not.
Oh, like
For that
Crazy
reason alone.
Quilt's nothing more than a nuisance for Batman.
He's a force to be reckoned with.
Wow. I am stunned. I'm stunned.
Late in the day, everyone's delirious.
Hayden said Bane, Mr. Freeze, Scarecrow, Killer Moth, and Firefly. Okay.
How is
I like
Firefly
that.
Killer Moth going to work with Mr. Freeze? That's just going to ruin his whole flow.
Fair. CW Gordon, Punchline, Poison Ivy, Harley, Talia, White Rabbit. Bro, I see where your head is at. And my head is there too. I feel you. Oh shit, Uncanny Suit. Heavy hitters and Punchline, X for doubt. Well, Punchline is next up. Gavin says Marco doesn't want to agree to the premise that annoying people is problematic. He does it every day.
On the show.
Yo,
The
Marco picked
minions rise up.
Dukes. Marco picked Dukes Rogues.
Damn. Not even, bro.
Yeah.
Fucking Batwing. Where's he at? All right. Reluctantly, I'm gonna end this because it feels pretty definitive.
Damn.
52% Marco. What the fuck?
Right. Easy dub. I felt it.
Tyler with 35% and me with a paltry 13%. You guys don't fuck with me? That's what it is? All right. I see.
Super job. I've been here for a year and a half, and I believe this is the first time Marco is winning this game IIRC.
Maybe.
I don't think you're wrong, actually. I don't recall a time where Marco did win the draft.
We used to do the drafts pretty early on in the show, though, right?
Yeah, like in the middle, I think we played it.
People are just delirious now. That's all.
Well, no, that's not true. I think we shifted it towards the back. So
Yeah. Wow. Okay, Marco wins. I hope you guys had fun today. We put in a lot of work. We interviewed Stephanie Williams at 10:15. That's a separate stream for you to go watch. I want to direct you over there if you didn't watch it, because I know a lot of you didn't. Go watch that, support that. Hopefully you had fun with us here. We put in a couple hours with you here. The next time we'll be live with you is this Thursday, because I don't think we have anything on Tuesday.
I do. I'll
have?
be interviewing IDW writer Mark Bouchard on Thursday.
Okay.
That's right.
All right, very good. So tune in for that. They're promoting their work in
A couple things, but the Hello Darkness realm of IDW horror. Be talking about a little horror and comics. I'm gonna ask them about their work in Sonic as well, because I'm a Sonic the Hedgehog fan,
Hell yeah.
and just generally shooting the shit, because Mark and I are actually like friends. So
did we miss a super chat? Mr. Negative. I don't see I see a 199, Mr. Negative. I don't see any words there, brother. Thank you for the 199 though.
Yeah, it was blank.
Yeah, if you want to send that in again real quick. You don't have to send a super chat, but just whatever it was you wanted to say real quick. So yeah, the next time we'll be live, Tyler will be live on Tuesday. Then we will be back on Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern for Palace Polls. And then before you know it, it's Saturday again, and we're doing this again at 10:15 a.m. Eastern. So as always, thank you guys so much. I'm gonna vamp until we can get Mr. Negative's chat in here, because I don't wanna leave him hanging. Recommend a good Mr. Sinister story. Okay, that I can do. Kieran Gillen is the person who defined the current version of Mr. Sinister during his X-Men run in the early 2010s. So those were really good stories. I really like that stuff. And then, to be honest, even though I stopped liking Mr. Sinister during the Krakoa era, there were some good Mr. Sinister stories in the Krakoa era.
Do I like Sins of Sinister?
I
Did you?
hope not.
Why am I remembering it fondly right now?
Good memories.
Good covers. That's what I'm remembering. And didn't he shoot Juggernaut out of a gun at one point?
Yes. Well,
Must
I
be a good
remember
book then.
Juggernaut was shot into space, but I don't remember if Sinister did it.
Must be a good book then.
Gotta
Sounds
be.
good to me. Maybe as a standalone, without the negative of upending the line that Sins of Sinister did, as a standalone story, I bet you it's pretty good.
All right. Well, hopefully that answers your question. I can't think of any other great Mr. Sinister story.
Jimmy Gordon says the current X books give it even the worst of Krakoa a rose tint. Maybe.
I'm with you.
Maybe.
I'm with you. All right, guys. We will see you soon. Thank you for chilling with us. Thank you so much for all the super chats and the love. Appreciate you. Until next time, peace, pals.